See, the usual gang of misfits and dope addicts are here.
Patrick in Taylorsville would like to know why we're running like hell. Why?
He would?
That's
Tell,
right.
tell Patrick in Taylorsville to look around.
Exactly. Because on this day, and I had the vinyls.
Sure.
45 years ago, Pink Floyd released their 11th studio album, The Wall, featuring Another Brick in the Wall, of course, Run Like Hell. Is there anybody out there comfortably numb? Mother, a whole bunch of songs on that one.
The song, Run Like Hell, kind of filled out by Alan Parker in the movie, isn't it?
A little bit.
So it says the song written from the narrative point of view of Pink, the anti-hero of the movie, of Pink Floyd.
Pink is not the good guy.
No. An alienated and bitter rock star.
Yeah.
During a hallucination which he becomes a fascist dictator and turns a concert audience into an angry mob.
Bob
in
Geldof.
the movie, Pink directs his jackbooted thugs to attack the riffraff mentioned in the previous song, in which he ordered them to raid and destroy the homes of queers, Jews, and black people. One scene depicts an interracial couple cuddling in the back seat of the car when a group of neo-Nazis accosts them and beats them savagely.
It's as timely as today's headline.
The Wall director, Alan Parker, hired the Tilbury Skins,
Which was a mistake.
looks like it, a skinhead gang from Essex, for a scene in which Pink's hammer guard in black militaristic uniforms designed by the film's animator smashes up a Pakistani diner. Parker recalled how the action, quote, always seemed to continue long after I had yelled cut.
Exactly.
They're enjoying it too much.
Well, anytime you can smash up a Pakistani diner, you can see where that'd make guys happy, wouldn't it? Jeez. That's so. When did this movie come out? When did? How long
let's
ago
see, the
was
album
that?
was 45 years ago, so that was what, 80? 80,
Yeah. I'll look here.
81, 82?
I mean,
Did you go see it in the theater?
Yeah.
I saw it on TV in London. I don't remember. I don't know why I didn't go see it in the theater, but I was sitting in a hotel room and it came on.
It may have not been widely distributed as well as most movies. We had to wait.
But you managed to see it in Salt Lake.
No, we saw it in Provo.
No. Whoa, wow.
Which was surprising to me. Well, it was like a midnight screening, too. It wasn't an actual screening. You had to go late.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
It's Cash Patel.
What? What is that? What? You're leaping to cash?
Yeah. That's the kind of things he says.
Yeah. He's going to come after
We're gonna
people
get
in the media.
Journalists. We're going to get you. We'll get you.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing that gives me comfort is they can't go after everybody, right? I mean,
Well, then who?
I don't know, but they can't do all the things.
Yeah, but what if they come for you first?
They can't do all the things they say they're going to do. There's no way they can do all the things.
Isn't that how it went? It was the first they came for some of the journalists, and I wasn't.
Yeah, it
all
wasn't
of them,
me.
so it wasn't me. So I didn't care.
Yeah, it's no. There's no Gina. Again, once again, you try and
Make sense.
deflect. You deflect, and you make it worse.
How am I making it worse?
By when you say, "Well, they can't go for everything, can they?" People go, "Oh yeah, they can." When you have the army at your disposal, you can do what you need to do.
And the Supreme Court saying you can do anything you want.
It'll be a real test, won't it? Real test.
You want to see if Ellen DeGeneres will let you come stay in her farm
No.
in the Cotswolds?
No, she's mean to us. She's mean to her staff. She'd say, "Oh, you can come and be on my staff, but I'll be mean to you."
She's run away to the Cotswolds.
Where's the Cotswolds?
It's a
England.
suburb of London.
Oh, okay.
Very Tony,
Sounded very British.
posh, I believe suburb.
I mean,
of
it's
London.
not suburb. It's far out of London. It's its own thing. It's not a suburb of London. It's far away from London.
That's
It's out
accurate.
in the country.
Is it like Maidenhead? Like a half-hour train ride?
I mean, everything in London's a half-hour train ride, but it's not like a neighborhood. It's the country.
It's let's see.
Cotswold.
The Cotswold is a region in central southwest England known for its rolling hills and meadows.
Yeah, it's not.
Cotswold.
I wouldn't call it a neighborhood of London. It's the country.
It's very close to London.
Everything's
It's-
close. It's England.
It's yeah, and it's a lovely area, beautiful, and it takes a lot of money to live there.
The only good thing about Ellen DeGeneres, Portia de Rossi. That's the,
It's 2 hours and 12 minutes outside of London. It's not a neighborhood of London. It's in the
I think we've established that it's not a neighborhood. It's not a suburb of London. We have established that. If you'd like to say it one more time,
You said it's close to London. That's
I
not
was
close.
wrong. And
That's all
so,
I wanted.
so do you?
That's
so
all I
that's
wanted.
what you were getting at.
That's all I wanted.
I'm gonna say it's not a neighborhood of London until Bill says I was wrong.
I was wrong.
Rather than just moving on with the conversation. Because it was obvious that I was wrong. I don't know that I needed to
It
say it.
just doesn't happen very often. Let me enjoy it.
It happens plenty. It happens plenty. You don't live with me. Everything I do is wrong. So, good Thanksgiving?
Well, we have a space set aside to chat about it on the show at 7:45.
I know we do. You want to keep people in suspense, is that it? Did she have a good Thanksgiving? Oh, my God. Maybe she didn't. Maybe
okay,
things
Bill?
happened.
You don't
yeah, I'm
know.
fine.
You okay, Bill?
No,
You
I'm
can't
not.
change Bill.
No. No.
Hear that, Bill? Nobody likes you.
Now, why does Bill have a stomach ache? Bill was hungry. He was hungry, and he had some money.
These are
This
great.
may not be so bad, Bill.
That's the idea, Bill.
That's right, Bill.
Yep. Attaboy.
But there's still something wrong, isn't there, Bill?
Yeah.
We should use that more often.
The problem is Carrie does not know what order they're in,
Yeah.
I think. It's just a big string of them.
there's a bunch of them.
Sorry, Bill.
Shut up, Bill. Shut up, Bill. You've said that 3 times.
It's not a neighborhood of London.
No.
Do you have any Ginas?
I have a bunch of them.
Shut up, Gina.
This has been Farting Around with Carrie, Bill, and Gina on X96, Radio from Hell.
You betcha.
All right.
All right, we'll take a break, and then we'll come back. And if you'd like to check in with us, you may. It's 877-602. That's the number to call and check in with the Radio from Hell show. We like to hear from you in the morning. Maybe you can tell us how your Thanksgiving was, although we do have a space reserved for that later on, if you'd like to wait. 877-602-9696, or you can text us at 33986.
Okay, here's a quiz.
Okay.
A quiz, all right.
A quiz. Who said it? Elon Musk or Mr. Burns from The
Oh,
Simpsons?
okay.
Deranged millionaires
I got 67%.
or billionaires.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
I'll read you the phrase and you guys guess.
Okay.
Oppression and harassment are a small price to pay to live in the land of the free.
That sounds like Elon Musk.
Oppression and spread in the land of the free. I think it's Mr. Burns.
It is Mr.
Oh,
Burns.
okay.
Okay. The politicians and unelected bureaucrats who stole our liberties should be tarred, feathered, and thrown out of town.
That's Elon Musk.
It's tarred, feathered, and thrown out of town. It's Mr. Burns.
Musk. I'm not the thief. The government is. Every year you make hardworking Joes like my reporter friend here pay income taxes.
Musk.
Burns.
Burns.
We're just back and forth.
Yeah. If there was a way that I could not eat so I could work more, I would not eat.
Musk.
Yeah, Musk.
You're both correct. Musk.
Yeah.
I should be able to run over as many kids as I want.
Well, that's Burns, right?
Yeah.
Burns, correct.
Okay.
I should be able to run over as many children as I want.
I said Musk because of his cars, but
Smithers.
there will be no Mars if we let them take our freedom away.
Well, that's
Musk.
Musk. Yeah.
Since the beginning of time, man has yearned to destroy the sun.
That's Burns.
Yes, Burns.
Burns, correct. That's my lesson for taking a vacation. Vacations will kill you.
Burns.
Musk.
Musk.
Mm.
Family, religion, friendship, these are the three demons you must slay if you wish to succeed in business.
Burns.
Musk.
Burns. I would tell those people they will get to see their families a lot when we go bankrupt.
Musk.
Burns.
Musk.
Mm.
If you can take advantage of a situation in some way, it's your duty as an American to do it.
Burns.
Burns.
Burns, correct.
Okay.
And finally, morons, pathetic morons in my employ, stealing my precious money.
Morons, pathetic morons in my employ, stealing my precious money, Smithers. Burns.
Yeah.
Burns,
Yeah.
correct. Frightening
That
It
a
is.
couple
That
of
it-
them it was difficult to.
that it was hard to determine.
Yep.
Oh.
Deranged billionaires.
Twitter still seems to be running.
Sort of.
For now, there was some guy at Harvard or one of those big schools who said he predicts a week
Yeah,
and it'll just
before
die.
it just
I've heard that
implodes.
there are
you know.
people who are saying it's not going to be around in a while.
I'm trying to enjoy it while I can.
I'm staying until it burns
I
to the
am.
ground.
I am the bitter end.
Yeah, he's all kinds of money lost, billions of dollars lost already. Advertisers staying away.
It's hard to fathom, really, why he would do this.
Well, Bill, he didn't want to.
He was
He
forced to
mouthed
buy it.
off and
Yeah.
said, "I'll buy it," and they held him to it because.
All right, 6:19. Let's get this over with.
I'm for that. We will officially begin the program, and then we'll go to your check-ins if you have any mind to do that. 877-602-9696 is a number you can use to call us. I don't see anyone who's called yet. It could mean that our phones are not working. I don't know. So 877-602-9696. Maybe you'd like to check in and just check out our phones and see if they're operational. You can also text us at 33986. Sponsor?
This season, celebrate the vibrant, creative community of downtown Salt Lake at Gallivan Center. Experience the magic of Glow, featuring dozens of magical illuminated sculptures, or ice skate with a date or the whole family at the Gallivan Rink. Plan your visit at theblocksslc.com.
Well, we're moving toward having a full moon, but it'll take a little while. It's a waxing crescent moon, just 1.9% of full. The moon will rise today at 9:19 a.m. Today being Monday, it's the second day of December in the year of our Lord, Jesus Christ, 2024. It's International Day for the Abolition of Slavery. Worldwide slavery. And, you know, there's still a surprising amount of slavery going on in the world. It's the Business of Popping Corn Day.
The business.
Yes, the invention of the first large-scale commercial oil popcorn popper by Charles Cretors was in 1885. It's Bartender Appreciation Day, so show some love for your bartender.
Every day.
And it's National Mutt Day. Not just a crossbreed dogs, mutts. So it's National
Mutts are
Mutt.
great dogs.
Yes. And this is the Radio from Hell show, starring the Lords of Morning Radio. It's Kerry Jackson right there. Are you okay, Bill? I'm Bill Allred, and I'm okay. It's Gina Barberi right over there. Katie, for short, is our producer, and I believe Macy is helping out today. And I'll bet Vax is. Oh, I know Vax is here. There he is. He's the dog has fallen asleep immediately, so he'll have
Doesn't
plenty
that
of.
look nice?
He'll have plenty of strength to make mischief later on. And now we'll go to your check-ins if you've got some idea that you'd like to do that. Oh, look, the phone line's filled up.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
They were just waiting for us. Let's go to Arnie.
Arnie, is that who it is in Tooele? Is that correct?
That is correct.
Well, what fresh hell do we have here, Arnie?
Oh, I'm just calling to say getting old sucks.
Yeah, well,
true.
that's true.
It's true.
It's absolute. That's what I hear.
Weeks ago, I went go-kart racing and hit a wall, broke 2 ribs,
Oh.
punctured a lung.
Oh.
Like, oh, it was fun.
It was fun up until that moment, right?
Right, exactly. Yeah, it put me in the hospital for 4 days. I
Really?
barely made it out in time for Thanksgiving.
Wow.
Was there a malfunction of some kind? How did you end up running into a wall?
Took a corner a little bit fast, and the cart just slid sideways into the barrier wall, and that pretty much did it for me.
And that usually does. I mean, usually you can get by with that in go-karts, and it doesn't. You sort of bounce off and keep going, but something happened, huh?
Yep, I guess I just hit it at the right angle. Broke 2 ribs on the side, punctured the lung,
Yeah.
retired the chest tube. Like, it was not a fun experience.
They had to call an ambulance.
No, actually, at first I thought I just bruised them. It was when I woke up at 1:30 in the morning, unable to breathe, that I decided I needed to go to the hospital.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, glad you're okay now.
You're feeling pretty good now.
I'm good enough. I'm actually making it to work today. We'll see how well that goes,
All
but
right. Well, just try to take it easy, all right?
will do. Thanks for letting me listen, guys.
Thank
you have
you.
a wonderful day.
See you, Arnie.
Thank you, Arnie. Chris is here.
Hi, Chris in Magna. What's going on?
Not a whole lot. Just waking up, enjoying the Radio from Hell show. Just like I enjoy that T-shirt you guys gave me when I went to the haunted house about a month or so ago.
Out to Castle of Chaos.
Yeah, that's correct, sir.
Yeah. What T-shirt did we give you?
It's big white shirt. It's got the Radio from Hell. The Utah flag Radio from Hell on it. I like it.
Yeah.
The green and black and yeah.
Well, I'm glad you got
Yes,
it.
sir.
What are you doing today, Chris?
I'm just waking up, enjoying the show. My wife is going to go into work here. She works at a local high school as a paraprofessional, helps out the kids that need the help.
Nice.
So she's a trooper.
All right.
And I am one of those, believe it or not, I'm one of those people that have my head on my shoulders, and I hope and pray that we get through these next 4 years without too much damage.
Yeah. Well,
All right, Chris.
We'll see.
Stick with us, Chris.
Hang
Thank
in
you.
there, Chris. We'll figure things out. See ya.
All right.
Sounds good.
Let's go to Rye in Orem.
Hi, Ryan.
Rye. How's it going?
Good morning, Lord. How you doing?
Good. What's up?
I'm just calling in and hoping you guys had a great Thanksgiving weekend. Mine was pretty awesome. Got to enjoy my first bighorn sheep hunt with my boy.
Oh, wow.
Man,
Wow.
where did you go to do that?
Went out down to Eureka, thanks to Do Utah, disabled outdoorsman.
Now, what's that?
It's a program for people like me. Carrie, I met you down at
That's right.
your remote at Vineyard with body armor.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
He's got
it's
this.
a program that helps disabled outdoorsmen still go on hunts and fish and do all kinds of stuff, even though we're disabled.
He's got this kind of a harness thing that he has to wear. He explained it to me, and now I've lost.
Well, what's your disability, Ryan?
My spine's permanently broken.
Really?
Oh, there
Yeah.
you go.
But you can walk
Yeah.
around?
Sort of.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, with body armor.
Huh.
Yeah.
Well, more power to you, Rye. I'd love to meet you or see a picture of it. You want to send us a picture?
Yeah. As it was, my kid got a picture with Carrie, and now he is hell-bent to make sure he gets a picture with each of you.
All right. Send it to radiofromhell@x96.com.
Yeah, we'd love to see it.
Thanks,
Rye.
Rye.
See ya.
Will do. Have a good day.
Ranger Kate.
Hello, my dear. How are you?
I'm good. How are you, Lord?
That's all right. What's going on?
Oh, just wanted to check in. It's been a while since I actually mentioned my beloved parks, and I just got home from another park excursion.
Oh, good.
And actually wanted to chat with Carrie. Carrie, I know you are partial to Star Trek.
Yes.
But how much of a Star Wars fan are you?
I'm bi.
He goes both ways.
Both ways.
Because I was down in Death Valley, and yet again I was reminded of how many scenes were filmed from Star Wars A New Hope were filmed in Death Valley. And I'm wondering if you've ever gone down there and done like the Star Wars self-guided tour.
I always thought that it was Tunisia where all that was filmed.
Some of
No.
it was, and there's a lot of Star Trek that was filmed in down by what's that? What's the
it's
the park there?
Valley of Fire.
Valley of Fire.
That's where Kirk is buried.
Oh, yeah.
Well, he was buried.
Yeah,
Lots
that's right.
of Tatooine is in Death Valley from Star Wars New Hope.
I could have sworn it was Tunisia.
In fact, when I was on a hike, I was walking through this section of a canyon, and I went, I'm pretty sure this is where the Jawas live. And I'm like trying to recreate the movie in my head, and I'm like, Carrie needs to come down here. He would love this.
I'll have to look into it. I have not looked into those tours.
They have a self-guided tour though of it, huh? That sounds cool.
That's cool.
Yeah.
All right, Kate.
You
Thanks.
can talk to the rangers, or you can like look online, Google it, and then get like a walking tour list.
Cool.
All right. Thank you. See ya.
All right, thank you.
Bye-bye.
Oh, there's a bartender on
Yes,
there.
bartender Adam.
Hey, we appreciate you, Adam.
Much appreciated.
Hey, thank you. I appreciate you guys. Thanks for being there.
Yeah, where are you tending bar?
I work out at the airport.
Oh, yeah, we've
That's
talked
the only
to you
time you can
before.
bartend this early in the morning.
That's right.
I'd
Only place to get a drink at 8 a.m. in Utah.
yeah, I wish I was going somewhere right now.
Bill's going to book
Yeah.
a trip just so
Yeah.
he can go drinking.
Exactly.
Yeah. Which
Come
bar?
say hi when you're there.
Which bar do you work in, Adam?
I work at Wasatch Brewery. and I
Okay.
also work at the P.F. Chang.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
All right. Well, thanks for checking in with us.
We appreciate you.
Yes.
Yeah. I appreciate you all. Thank you.
See you, Adam. All right, Eli.
Eli's calling from West Jordan.
Hello.
Hi,
Hello.
what's up?
Just saying hi. How you guys doing this morning?
Well, I'm glad you called.
Eli, let us say hi back, and then we'll go. All right. Hi, Eli.
Hey.
Hi, see ya.
Hi.
Aaron.
Aaron.
Howdy.
Hi, in Ogden. What's going on?
Oh, just driving to work, you know. Came out of the highway coming down through Centerville and just kind of looking at the sky out here and wondering if this is fog or smog. And
Oh, no, it's bad. We got the bad
Yeah.
air, I'm
the
afraid.
bad air is back.
Yeah, we're going to have terrible, terrible air.
All right.
yeah, I recently moved out to Ogden and gotta say, real pretty mountains up there. But
Oh, yeah.
yeah, it's definitely a new thing driving. I work in Mill Creek, so
Oh, that is
That's,
a bit of a drive.
that's a commute.
fun
Yeah.
job.
All right. Thanks, Aaron.
Thanks, Aaron. See ya.
Yeah, have a good one.
Bye-bye. Let's see. Sketchy Blake of Ogden, Mixer Driver Shane, Amy of Florida, Mike in Nashville, Zane of Dallas. Let's see. Perry City listener checking in, Candace the Reluctant Farmer, Quinn in Sunset, April of American Fork, Mauricio in Pittsburgh, Meshach of Erda, Chantel of Ogden, Louise of Harrisburg, PA, Right Wing Wade checking in, Tristan, Chef Roy, Tim the Tree Guy, Woodworker Willie, Johnny B. Looks like everybody's here, so let's go.
Everybody's here and everybody's behaving themselves. As Right Wing Wade says, checking in from I-15 lanes, both directions moving well. That's what I'm seeing on the UDOT cameras as well. If that changes, though, you are welcome to let us know. 33986 is where you do that. Business owners, do you owe $15,000 or more on employment taxes and don't know what to do? McClure & Stewart, your local trusted tax attorneys. Go to McClureandStewart.com today.
All right, thank you. We will take a break, play a song for you, and after that song, it's Big Boy News. And Frank Christ presents They're Fine, They're Just Fine, the Dead Celebrity Game coming up. We'll tell you how to play, what you'll win, all on the way. Stand by.
Your selection of boner candidates. But I was sure today that you were going to have one, and you didn't.
What did I miss one?
Well, the UK came out with their sexiest men alive list, and
How did they find enough people to put on it?
they polled 2,000 women on some dating site called Illicit Affairs. So I don't know what women. So maybe these are the sorts of men women want to have affairs with.
Really?
But so the headline is who the number 3 person is.
Who's that?
The number 3 person is Prince William. And he's no.
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 Well, I even have a problem with number one.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. That was the headline. But then
but,
when I pulled
yeah.
up the whole list.
But Gina, compared to every other man in England, he's
Well,
okay.
No, I mean, so number one on the list, and I never watched Top Gear. Apparently, he used to be a host of Top Gear, and now he has a farm reality show.
Who's
His
that?
name's Jeremy Clarkson.
Yeah, I know who that is.
He's a right-wing a-hole.
You've got to tell me that Paul Hollywood is on there.
Paul Hollywood is not on there.
What? See? Exactly.
What?
So number one is this guy, Jeremy Clarkson.
I'd put Paul Hollywood before that.
Those piercing blue eyes.
Absolutely.
Number two is Tom Holland. Okay.
Okay. Now that makes sense.
At least he's ahead of Prince William. Number four is Gareth Southgate. He's a soccer. Number five is Cillian Murphy, which is weird because he's Irish.
Well,
but okay.
Yeah, but I mean, have you seen him? Have you seen him naked? You've seen him naked. He's not really. I don't
What are
know.
you saying,
I
Bill?
like him as an actor, but
piercing eyes.
Yeah, he does have piercing eyes.
But he moved his kids out of London
back to Ireland.
Back to Ireland because they were starting to get English accents.
And he's from Ireland.
And that's
so-
how Irish he is.
He didn't care for that.
Now, number 6 on the list. I am outraged this person is number 6. Behind all of those people I just mentioned.
Who's that?
Idris Elba.
Oh, number 1.
He should be way up
How is he behind in line to any of those people?
Maybe it's because he's getting a little older.
It does not matter in the slight. Well, Jeremy Clarkson's old.
Very old.
And the other end of the list, I don't know who any of these people are. Ramesh Rangatarian, he's a comedian. There's some TV presenters, Sam Thompson, Russ Cook. I don't know who these people are. But it was mostly the beginning of the list.
But the headline was
William?
Prince
Really?
William.
Now, there was
Wait
a
minute.
time.
Yeah, Jeremy Clarkson. How come? What? I just looked up
Exactly.
Jeremy.
Yeah.
What?
Exactly.
he looks like a potato.
Yeah.
Who paid for this list?
I have problems with this list. Henry Cavill, not on this list.
Not on the list.
Anywhere.
Should be.
There are good-looking British people. It's none of these people.
Oh, yeah. I just got a picture of Jeremy Clarkson
No.
sent to me that is, ugh.
Yeah. I don't get
Jeremy,
it.
I learned some time ago to never take my shirt off. You should,
Now, maybe he's charming.
Oh wait, he's got 6 nipples.
Maybe there's something that I don't get about him.
he can be funny if you're a right-wing a-hole.
Is he a right-wing?
Yeah.
Well,
but
uh,
maybe because I'm an American woman.
Jeremy Clarkson was born in Tick Hill.
Well, he is a bug that digs into your skin and sucks your blood. Yes.
But it's interesting to see William's trajectory though, because there was a time but it is
Was
not
there a
now.
time?
He is looking more and more like his dad every day.
Yeah.
There was a time that Harry was the weird looking one, and William was the good looking one. Now Harry's the good looking.
I have to trust you on this.
Yeah,
'cause,
no, that's true.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I would agree with
There
that.
was a time.
I thought Harry looked great in his Nazi outfit, though.
It was a Halloween costume.
Inbred royals.
Yeah. None of them are.
No. And Charles, oh, geez. I don't. Charles is not on the list.
He is not. No. But yeah,
The people who are defending this painting of Charles.
I like it.
Oh my God!
I think it's
You're
okay.
one of them.
It's kind of cool.
I like it. It's all
Ah.
right.
It's different.
yeah.
It's not just a
You
straight.
notice it's blood red except for his hands. He has no blood on his hands, and I think that's by design.
I think it's that because I think it harkens back to his old "I'd like to be a tampon"
Oh,
days.
gross! Jeez.
That's what I think it is.
Think about that.
Yeah.
Forgot about that.
Yeah.
You might have something there.
There's a butterfly on
his shoulder.
There is.
on his shoulder. Yeah.
I didn't notice because I'm so distracted by everything else.
It's his pet butterfly. He calls him Flitty, and it gives him advice.
I will admit I'm one of the people that are like I kind of like it.
I just
No,
Yeah.
you want your portraits straight ahead portrait.
if you're British royalty, I suppose.
Hey, should we get some? We should get somebody to do portraits of us.
How close is that to caricatures? You've always said you don't want to
No caricatures.
But you want like a. You want to be you want to like pose, like in a chair, and
portraits
have somebody,
different.
Have somebody sit in front of you at an easel and
well,
paint you?
they usually do this from photographs now. They take a
No,
photograph.
I want to stand there while opera is playing.
I want to be smoking a cigar.
Well, opera is playing.
Is there so anybody listening? If you are a talented if you're a talented portraiture,
we're against AI here. We want a real painter,
real thing. Yeah, don't just create a portrait.
and we don't want caricatures. No caricatures.
No caricatures. Got to be a portrait.
A realistic portrait.
And if you wanted to paint me like Vigo the Carpathian, that's fine. Because that's what Charles looks like.
I kind of like it.
Jeremy Clarkson.
That's a bad choice. Everyone's boiling it down to, well, they have money and power, and I'm like,
I guess what they so if these are women that are interested in having affairs, maybe he looks like somebody who would have an affair.
That's it?
Yeah, that's an affair person.
There are boat people. And there are affair people.
I get an affair vibe.
All right, definitely an affair vibe.
On this day in 1978, Rod Stewart went to #1 with his version.
Well, that wasn't Rod Stewart.
No.
But it was an excuse for us to play Revco's version of that.
Revco.
You can call it whatever you like.
Well, it's the Revolting Cocks.
That's why I said if you would like to say that, you're welcome to.
Well, it's a bunch of roosters who have really bad manners. They're revolting.
All right. Well, big boy news and opinioendo now. Then Frank Christ presents They're Fine, They're Just Fine, the Dead Celebrity Game. Going to give you a list of 4 celebrity names. 3 of those celebrities are fine. One of them dead. Pick the dead one correctly. You will win.
Tickets to see Billy Joel and Sting.
Well. All right. Billy Joel and Sting tickets. 877-602-9696. Call, line up to play. Frank Christ presents after this. Big boy news and opinioendo brought to you by
X96 and the Rocky Mountain Chevy dealers invite you to help those at the road home this holiday season with blankets, coats, shoes, hats, gloves. Drop off donations at any Rocky Mountain Chevy dealer. Go to x96.com for dealer locations and join us this Wednesday. We'll be live at Doug Smith Chevrolet, 1341 North Main Street in Spanish Fork, collecting donations for the road home.
Hey, Doug. Former Harry Potter film actor Rupert Grint faces a $2.3 million bill after he lost a legal battle with tax authorities.
Oh.
Mr. Grint, who played Ron Weasley in the magical film franchise, was ordered to pay the money in 2019 after HM Revenue and Customs, the UK tax agency, investigated his tax return from 7 years prior. The agency said Mr. Grint had wrongly classified $5.7 million in residuals from the movies, money from DVD sales, TV syndication, streaming rights, and other sources as a capital asset rather than income.
Uh-huh.
Which is subject to a much higher tax rate. Income is. Lawyers for Grint appealed, but after years of wrangling, a tribunal judge ruled against the actor this week. Judge Harriet Morgan said the money derives substantially the whole of its value from the activities of Mr. Grint and is taxable as income.
Did she have one of the white wigs on?
Probably. Grint starred in all 8 Harry Potter films. And by the way, this isn't the first time He's had tax problems.
He's a tax evader?
He needs a new tax person.
He previously lost a separate court battle over a $1.2 million refund in 2019.
Rupert Grint does not do his own taxes.
No,
so-
but his people say, we're going to do this, and he goes, okay.
You should just cast a spell. Income taxes avoid us.
Did you just come up with that
just
like
just
that?
now.
Kash Patel, deep state critic who has threatened to shut down the FBI headquarters, could face a tough confirmation battle. Donald
let's
Trump's. I think there's some reason to believe that he won't even get that far.
I don't know.
Donald Trump's plan to nominate as FBI director the deep state conspiracy theorist Patel, a violent critic of the Bureau who has threatened to fire its top echelons and shut down the agency's headquarters, is facing blowback in Congress as U.S. senators begin to flex their muscles ahead of a contentious confirmation process. Politicians from both main parties took to the Sunday talk shows to express starkly divergent views on Patel. Yes, there are some who stand up for him.
Believe it or not.
Trump announced on Saturday as his pick to lead the FBI. The move is dependent on the incumbent FBI chief Christopher Wray, who Trump himself placed in office in 2017, and he has a 10-year term.
Yeah.
And I think there are 3 more years or something like that on that term.
But he can be fired.
Yes, he can, or he could resign. It's already clear that confirming Patel through the U.S. Senate is likely to be less than plain sailing. Mike Rounds, a Republican senator from South Dakota, indicated that Patel could face very tough confirmation battles. Rounds pointedly sang the praises of the existing FBI director, Christopher Wray. He said that Wray, who still has 3 more years of his 10-year term, was a very good man, adding that he had no objection about the way he's doing the job right now. So why not let him serve out the term? The senator also emphasized the separation of powers between Senate and President, signaling possible trouble for Patel. Patel is really, really, really a bad person.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
He has vowed to shut down the FBI's headquarters in Washington. I mean, literally clear the building and shut it down. Now,
and send the agents out into the field as policemen, because he said that's what they are. They're policemen.
The building has already been sort of condemned as it's really old and crappy, and they need new facilities. He is a Trump loyalist who published a children's book called King Donald. He also has long denigrated the FBI as a pillar of what he calls the deep state or the corrupt ruling class. He's endorsed these pills that would remove COVID from your body.
The COVID vaccine.
The vaccine. So if you were talked into getting the vaccine and you regret it, you can take this pill and it will...
Take the vaccine away. He's a nut.
He's a QAnon adjacent.
He has said we will use the army if we have to, and we will go after critics of this administration, including you and the media. He says it aloud.
He said it.
There you go. Trump shows no sign.
You'll get us out of jail, right, Ed? You'll.
Yeah, you bet. How's he going to get us out of jail when he's there too?
I'll be in the cell right next to you.
Exactly.
Yeah. President Joe Biden has pardoned his son Hunter Biden. He said repeatedly he wouldn't do that, and I think at the last moment here in the last few days of his
I think it was the Kash Patel thing.
I mean, that's part of it.
I better,
Probably. He said, I better. It still had not yet been determined what kind of a sentence Hunter was going to get. He could have gone to jail for years and years and years.
Well, because if he had gotten into the prison system and then Trump takes power, he could have used that. Yeah. Oh, well, we have him. We're going to make his life miserable. Well,
last time Donald Trump was president, rumors of immigration raids terrorized the Oregon community where Gustavo Balderas was the school superintendent. Word spread that immigration agents were going to try to enter the schools. There was no truth to it, but school staff members had to find students who were avoiding school and coax them back to class. Educators around the country are bracing for that same kind of upheaval, whether or not the president-elect follows through on his pledge to deport millions of immigrants. They're scared. They're scared right now, and some of them may start staying away from school. Let's see what else here we need to do. Oh, I was going to nominate this for a boner candidate. A squirrel caused a power outage Saturday afternoon in Salt Lake City, affecting over 4,600 customers. I was going to nominate the squirrel as a boner. Just Damn squirrels, they're everywhere. And I'm sure he caused the power outage and gave his life in the process, but that's great. Let's have more of them do
There
that.
are signs in your neighborhood, Bill, that say, please slow down and don't run over the squirrels. We love our squirrels.
I haven't seen them.
Oh, yeah, there's a bunch of them.
I've seen
In my neighborhood?
Yeah.
I'm going to go take those down. Run over. They're a menace. They're terrible.
No, I saw those just recently.
Yeah.
I've been going up to the U Pharmacy for my dog's heart medicine.
Well, that just shows you I don't go anywhere. It's a question that's often asked by lawmakers, the press, and even some in the public who grumble about Utah liquor laws. Do the people on Utah's Department of Alcoholic Beverage Services Commission actually even drink? A review by Fox 13 News of their confirmation hearings and public statements show now that a majority of the 7-member commission now does indeed imbibe.
I will stick up for the commission by saying they have to enforce the laws that the legislature passes. The DABC or DABS, whatever it is now, they don't make the rules. They just have to enforce them.
I'm going to keep a running record of the people that you stick up for.
Just saying.
I'm
before
just
you
saying.
say something negative about
I'm just
them.
saying that if the majority of the people on the liquor commission drink, we're going straight to hell in a handbasket. Going to have a bunch of people who drink too much on the liquor commission. Everything will go to hell. No, I don't believe that. The question is frequently asked by Utah legislators themselves, who vote on the governor's nominations to the commission, usually in response to constituent questions about how alcohol policy is handled. I don't know. Does the government, do the legislators ask them if they drink?
Sure.
I wonder.
I'm sure they do.
I'm sure that's part of the vetting process.
Would it be any of their business?
Yes.
I don't think it's any of their business. Anyway.
Nobody has to ask you, Bill. We all know that you drink.
Who told you? Who said that? U.S. food regulators are warning of a salmonella outbreak in cucumbers that has hospitalized at least 18 people. 68 people in 19 states have fallen ill after consuming cucumbers thought to be contaminated. Illnesses first reported in October. According to the CDC, 18 people have been hospitalized as of Friday. The cucumbers were sold by Sun-Fed Produce. They were grown in Sonora, Mexico, and sold in bulk cardboard containers like, you see this in the grocery stores. And let's see, is Utah, Utah is among the states that has received these cucumbers. The CDC says if you've got any whole fresh cucumbers that you just bought and they say Sun-Fed Mexico on them, throw them out. Don't use them. And Hyundai is recalling Elantras and Santa Fe cars over backup camera failures. More than 226,000 cars due to faults with their backup camera systems. Hyundai told the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration that certain Elantra and Santa Fe models sold between 2021 and 2022 have developed problems with the circuitry in their camera systems that may cause them to fail. And finally this, it says here, only 31% of Americans think that they have financially made it. So 1/3 of people surveyed.
I'm surprised it's that many.
That's what I was going to say. I think half of those are kidding themselves. 1/3 of Americans think that they've financially made it. The other 2/3 think, I'll just go to the poor home. That's all. I'll go to the poorhouse.
Weather, traffic.
Oh, it's that time of year again, folks. The next chance for a glimmer of hope in having clear air, maybe Saturday, maybe. We have bad air quality. That's just going to build and build.
I forgot to do the story. I'll do it next hour. The Utah legislature says we need to have more control locally over air quality.
They're going to fix that.
Yeah, I'm sure.
46 for a high today. You can go to that website, Purple Air, if you want to see how the air is. It's a map. You can look at like your neighborhood or
purpleair.com.
.com. Yeah, you can just. It's good to know if you are planning on exercising, being outside, that kind of thing. Good to check on that before you do those things. Traffic, we have a crash westbound 39 South, 210 West. All westbound lanes are closed. One right lane open heading eastbound. Probably best to use an alternate route to get around there. That looks like the only issue that UDOT's reporting. Let me see if you're reporting any via text at 33986. That's the Infiniteam. That's all y'all out there letting us know what you're seeing on the roads, wherever you are. Just make sure it's safe for you to text and send that in, and I will pass it along. This season, celebrate the vibrant, creative community of downtown Salt Lake at Gallivan Center. Experience the magic of Glow, featuring dozens of magical illuminated sculptures, or ice skate with a date or the whole family on the Gallivan Rink. Plan your visit at theblockslc.com.
Frank Christ. Frank, good morning.
Hello, everyone.
Gina should not have told me about this Purple Air map.
Why is that?
It's a map of the entire world and where the pollution is and how bad it is.
Yes.
We're doomed.
Well, that's why I try to help with my electric scooter.
You're doing your part, Frank.
I mean, I'm doing my small part.
Thanks for trying, but it's not helping, I don't think. Why don't you could go back to horseback. If you
Oh, no, I hate horses. Oh.
Frank Christ has joined us here in the studio. He is a Grim Reaper, the traditional-looking Grim Reaper. He has the cowl, the hood, the scythe, all of that kind of stuff. And he's here to play the game we call Frank Christ Presents.
They're fine. They're just fine.
It's celebrities. That's who Frank is charged with reaping. Celebrities, when they die, Frank goes to them, swoops in on his electric scooter, loads the celebrity's essence, is it?
I call it essence.
Essence. Into his sidecar and takes them to the distribution center.
Yes.
And then what happens after the distribution
I
center?
have no idea. That's not my purview. Hell. It's
Most of them?
Most of them go to hell.
Frank joins us to play the game. They're fine. They're just fine. We have a contestant.
Kurt is on the phone.
Kurt, how are you?
I am fine, just fine.
That's good to know, Kurt. Kurt, if you can select a dead celebrity on this list that Frank has given me, you will win a fine prize, which is what, Gina?
X96 welcomes Billy Joel and Sting Friday, May 23rd to Rice-Eccles Stadium. You can find out more about that show at x96.com.
All right, because it's National Mutt Day, Frank has given me a list of actors in movies about dogs. Select the dead celebrity, select the dead actor, Kurt, and you'll win those tickets. Ready to go?
I am.
Okay. Number one, Betty Gilpin. She was Debbie Liberty Bell Egan in the Netflix comedy series Glow. She was the star of the Peacock sci-fi series, which I recommend to everybody, Mrs. Davis. She was also in movies Isn't It Romantic?, Stuber, The Grudge, the horror thriller film The Hunt, and the action comedy Coffee and Kareem. Her dog movie, A Dog's Journey. Number one, Betty Gilpin. Number two on the list is Will Sasso. He had 5 seasons as a cast member on Mad TV. He starred as Curly in the film reboot of The Three Stooges. He also had roles in Less Than Perfect, How I Met Your Mother, Loudermilk, Young Sheldon, among many others. His dog movie was Dale the Fishing Hole Guy in Best of Show. Dale the Fishing Hole Guy. Number two, Will Sasso. Number three, Peggy Lipton began her career as a model at the age of 15. She was a flower child. She was flower child Julie Barnes in the crime drama The Mod Squad. She worked for David Lynch in Twin Peaks and appeared in several TV series. She married Quincy Jones and was the mother of Rashida Jones. Number three, her dog movie, A Dog's Purpose. Number three is Peggy Lipton. And number four, Tommy Flanagan, best known for his role as Chibs on the TV show Sons of Anarchy and its spin-off Mayans MC. He was also in Gladiator, Braveheart, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, All About the Benjamins. He was also noted for his Glasgow smile, and if you don't know what that is, look it up. His dog movie, Sleeping Dogs. Number four, Tommy Flanagan. All right, Kurt, which one of those actors is pushing up daisies?
I have no idea. I'm going to guess number three.
Peggy Lipton. Well, you do have an idea. You're right. She died in 2019 at the age of 72, Peggy Lipton.
Her and Quincy are together now.
Oh. Yes, they are. All right, congratulations, Kurt. You're going to go see Billy Joel and Sting. That's going to be a pretty good show, I think. Hang on.
My girlfriend loves Sting.
Oh, well, there you go. Hang on, and Katie will tell you where you and your girlfriend will get the tickets. Hang on.
All right, well, I have to go check on Kathy Lee Crosby.
Oh, good.
80,
How old is Kat? 80.
80 years old today. She was Wonder Woman, you know.
She was?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kathy Lee Crosby?
Look it up.
Okay. I mean, I don't doubt you, Frank, at all.
Don't doubt
You know
me.
your celebrities.
Oh, the Def Leppard bass player Rick Savage.
Rick Savage, yeah.
64 today.
I think he's fine.
Just so you know. Go down to Def Leppard Hole. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.
There's several more emergency vehicles now on the scene of the crash westbound 39th South, 210 West in South Salt Lake. All westbound lanes are closed now. You're definitely going to need an alternate route through there. Looks like that's the only thing you need an alternate route for right now. I don't see any other issues, but if you see some, share them with us and I'll pass them along. 33986.
KXRK Provo going to take a break after this. It's very important sports with Edward K. Brass, part-time attorney, full-time sports journalist, standing by.
833-986.
Yeah, like Chris and Payson did, who said,
Payson?
I need some very important sports. Chris, it's right here.
Payson.
Payson.
All right. Is sports brought to you by anybody?
The holidays can bring joy, but also financial stress. Solution Loans understands. Receive up to $3,000. Don't let money troubles ruin your celebrations. Apply online at solutionloansnow.com. Mention the code word Santa for a free payment.
Well, he's joined us here in the studio. He's hobbyist attorney,
Right.
He practice. You have a degree in law.
Yeah, I got it in a Cracker Jack box.
Yep. He's practices law as a hobby. His real job is being a sports reporter. Edward K. Brass,
Yes.
Mr. Amy Donaldson, here to do sports.
Not just a sports reporter, but a legendary sports reporter.
I'm sorry, legendary sports
It is
reporter
true.
Edward K. Brass.
This is the Black Monday buy one edition of Very Important Sports and get one edition for free.
Excellent.
So for Pittsburgh listener and Steeler middle linebacker Mauricio Paez and San Antonio listener and third place finisher at the Las Vegas Grand Prix, Raul Montemayor, there's going to be coal in your stockings from Cash Patel.
Yeah.
The Qatar Grand Prix was won by cartoonist Dutch villain Max Verstappen. Second place was Charles Leclerc of Monaco. Third, Oscar Piastri from Australia. He's one of the warriors from the Wastelands. Raul Montemayor, allegedly from the Republic of Texas, finished fourth.
What Grand Prix was that?
That's the Qatar.
Oh, Qatar. Okay.
Yes.
Qatar.
Next week, the last race of the year, the Etihad Airways Ivanka Trump Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, or it is known on Radio from Hell, the New Oil After Midnight Grand Prix.
That's right.
In football, in the Premier League, Liverpool opened an 11-point lead over now fifth place Manchester City, who usually wins. They've won it the last 4 years. They've dropped to fifth place. City has. Liverpool beat the Citizens 2-0, or 2-0, excuse me. Second, Arsenal, owned by radio mogul Kerry Jackson. Third is Chelsea. Fourth place is Brighton, Hove, and Albion. That's not three teams. That's a law firm where Rumpel the Bailey practices. In the NBA, Saturday, the Mavericks 106, the Jazz 94. Last night, the Lakers 105, the Jazz 104. The Jazz had a chance to win the game in the last 40 seconds. Mrs. Very Important Sports was at the game and said that LeBron James played almost the entire game, which is unusual. They usually sit him when he comes to town.
Really?
Yeah, they're 4-15. So
They're terrible.
They're well, not entirely terrible.
They're pretty terrible.
They're 14th in the 15th team West.
Oh.
They're one game out of last place, and the only reason they're not in last place is the last place team has played more games. They play the Oklahoma City Tornadoes at the Paycom Center, wherever that is. I guess that's a payday loan center. Who knows? Someplace in Oklahoma, I guess. And the National Hockey League, which we have to talk about now because we're relevant.
Yeah.
On Saturday, Utah Incognito 6, the Las Vegas Golden Knights, which is a really fine team, 0. So the Utah no-names crushed the Vegas Knights.
The Vegas, they won the champion.
Yeah, they
the
did.
cup last
Yeah.
year, didn't they?
Oh, that's right.
Maybe it was last year or a couple years ago, but Utah is at 5th in the Central Division, and Vegas is number 1 in the Pacific. Tonight they play the Dallas Stars in the Victor's Tire Center down the street. In women's college basketball, Saturday in the Cayman Islands Classic, which is where Very Important Sports bank accounts are, unranked Utah 6-2 defeated number 3 Notre Dame 78-67. The Utah men are 6-1. They defeated Eastern Washington 88-80. BYU 6-1 defeated North Carolina State 72-61. Utah State's undefeated, and they beat Northern Texas 61-57. Weber's 4-4. They beat the rich kids from Pepperdine. College football. All right.
Okay.
Now, were you there? Did I hear that?
No, I wasn't there. I was in Portland. I was watching it on TV, and I had to sneak out of town by buying an Oregon sweatshirt.
Those of you who don't know, Ed went to the Ohio State University.
The Ohio State University, yeah.
And Andrew in the chat room is impressed that you're here after the events.
I'm going to open my shirt, Andrew. You can see the scars. They're still bleeding, okay?
So Ohio State was what, ranked where?
2.
Number 2.
So they're 10-1, and somehow they managed to lose to arch rival Michigan, who was 6-5, 13-10, and they did it by missing 2 field goals and presenting the worst offensive game plan since somewhere in Ethiopia 3 million years ago, Lucy, our common ancestor, stood up on her 2 feet. Now look, the coaches should have suffered the fate of the losers in Mayan ball games, which is namely at the end of the game, if you lose, they remove your hearts. It was horrible.
Yeah.
I went to Portland to spend Thanksgiving with my daughter, who thinks I'm insane.
Yeah.
Because I'm screaming at her television, and she says, they're going to hear us through the walls. The neighbors are, and I don't care.
They're going to think you're beating her or something.
Yeah, I threw my shoe at the thing. I could have broke it anyway. So Utah won its last game of the season, 28-14 over UCF. I think that's the University of Central Florida. They returned 2 interceptions for touchdowns in the game. That went.
Yeah. All of our offense is made by our defense.
Well, and they did great.
And
there
were 5 people in the stands there at that game.
In Florida. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the weather was probably good. The 9th-string quarterback had a touchdown pass to Luke
Batari.
Batari, thank
And
you.
the interesting thing about him, he went to the same high school that Tom Brady did in California, and had a better high school record than Tom Brady.
Well, Tom Brady didn't do well at Michigan, and he was 6th-round draft pick.
Nobody expected him to do well in the NFL.
Yeah, and he did great. On Twitter, they keep saying that this is Kyle Whittingham's last game, and I think they're Utah fans that want to push him out the door. Be careful what you wish for. It's awfully hard to recruit here, and that guy has made a miracle out of Utah by recruiting diamonds in the rough, kids that other schools didn't want, and turning them into really good players. There were Utah players sprinkled all over the NFL yesterday. Dalton Schultz from Houston got a touchdown. There were 2 guys that play for Buffalo last night from Utah. One of them on the kick team, and one of them is a tight end.
Did either of them freeze to death?
We're going to talk about that. That was pretty wild.
I didn't see it, but I guess it was just.
It was spectacular.
They had to shovel snow out of the stands.
They paid fans $20 an hour to come there and shovel the snow off the field, but they threw the snow into the stands. They didn't shovel the seats. So there were pictures of people. I don't know if they were from San Francisco or they were just San Francisco fans who were cleaning off their seats in the 2 feet of snow and cheering each other, and it was pretty nuts.
I watched the Pittsburgh and Cincinnati Bengals game.
Yeah,
first of all, it was in Cincinnati, and I was really amazed by how many Pittsburgh fans there were.
So close by.
It's
not that far away.
Towel,
and Pittsburgh's good, and Cincinnati's not so good.
Man, Russell Wilson,
he had a great game.
Oh my gosh, he was good.
BYU beat Houston 30-18. They're number 17. They're not going to make it into the playoffs.
Aww.
Arizona State and Iowa State will play for the championship of the Big 12. That's really interesting. The Pac-12 is history now. Arizona State, who came from the Pac-12, is playing for the Big 12 championship. Oregon, who came from the Pac-12, is playing for the Big 10 championship. They're the number 1 team in the country. USU lost to Colorado State 42-37 to finish 4-8. Weber also finished 4-8 by beating a bunch of scientists from Cal Poly.
Gina, were you really upset that BYU's not going to?
Oh,
sounds like you really are. Yeah,
they're not going to make it.
No.
So these are the teams that could be in the playoffs right now. Oregon at number 1, Texas, Penn State, Notre Dame, Georgia, Tennessee, Ohio State, SMU, Indiana, Boise State, Alabama, and Arizona State. And there's some pundits who say that my beloved Buckeyes are going to go to Boise, Idaho to play.
Oh, you'll have to go, Ed.
Yeah, exactly.
You'll have to go.
It'll be a really hard ticket, but seeing I don't know.
You'll find them.
The red away jerseys on a blue field. Jeez. Anyway, in the NFL, the winners are the Lions, the Cowboys, the Packers. Jordan Love 2 touchdowns. The Chiefs, the Eagles, the Rams. BYU's Pakua Nacua. He surpassed 2,000 yards receiving already. He's 24 years old. He was picked in the 4th round. He did it in 24 games. The only other 2 people to do that are Jamar Chase who plays for your Bengals, and the Justin Jefferson for the Vikings, who were both first-round draft choices. So that kid's having a great career already. The Commanders won, the Vikings won, the Texans won, the Seahawks won, Buccaneers, Chargers, Steelers, as you said, the Colts. And tonight, the Browns versus the Broncos will probably be the lowest-rated Monday night game in history.
Broncos look pretty good, though.
Yeah.
They're kind of fun to watch.
The Bills 35, the 49ers 10, 2 feet of snow. And it was snowed the entire game. It was a blizzard. It was pretty crazy.
Amazing.
Like I said, they paid him $20 an hour. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is your sports for December. And be sure and send me your wish list for Christmas, because that's what we do. All right. Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
Very important sports.
Have a lovely day.
Say hi to the judge for us.
You have to go to the part-time job now.
All right. We'll see you. Thank you, Ed. Traffic, Gina.
There's a crash southbound I-15 at Hillfield Road, the on-ramp there, milepost 331. Accident westbound 39 South 210 West. They had closed all westbound lanes. I haven't seen a report of about a half an hour whether they've reopened that or not. If you're in the area, you can let us know. Text it to us, 33986. Larson HVAC and Plumbing want to help a deserving family. They're giving away a free furnace in honor of Grandma Jana, who always took care of those in need. Go to larsonhvac.com/X96 before November 30th. That was last week. It's my fault for not reading that. Just go, but you should call Larson HVAC.
Yes.
They come to our house. They do nice stuff for us, and they will take care of you, too.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we got boners coming up here, the candidates you will be voting for. Boner candidate number 1. You know, a good legislator is always looking for ways to tax us more.
Yeah.
Boner candidate number 2, sports continuing to build character. And boner candidate number 3, oh, Bobby.
Boners, big boy news, all coming up after these messages and a song. Stand by. UtahAdvocates.com.
Hugs for the holidays. The advocates for this year's Hugs for the Holidays program, they're accepting donations for the homeless at their Ogden, Murray, and American Fork locations. Donate any new or gently used coats, jackets, blankets, and new socks for their unsheltered friends. For your generosity, you'll be entered to win a $500 Visa gift card, concert tickets, jewelry, and a whole bunch more for the advocates. Visit utahadvocates.com/blog to find out more. Everybody deserves an advocate. And if you are in an accident this winter, you know who to call, the advocates.
It's nice that they always step up and try to do the right thing with their charity work and all that.
Get back to what matters most this season with the support of the advocates. Call the advocates at 801-355-5550 if you've been hurt in an accident. They will be able to determine on the phone if you have a case. You can also chat with them online, utahadvocates.com.
Needs.
So I had 2 excursions yesterday.
You were busy.
Yep. I left here and went from here to the Costco. Had to pick up something at the pharmacy at Costco. And first of all, let me say about Costco's parking lot. You people who use the Costco parking lot are asshats. Yeah. All of you.
All of them?
You are jerks and turds. And you are not mindful of anyone but yourselves. And it's not only the people in the cars going to park, it's the people with their carts walking through the parking and walking, for instance, in the middle of the lane so that you can't get around them. And you're behind them and you don't want to honk because that would scare them or be rude, but they just walk oblivious down with pushing a cart down the middle of the damn lane. Or you're the person who says, I'm going to get this parking spot. And I can see somebody is loading their car and is going to pull out.
Yeah, you're stalking for a space.
You sit there and you block. And so I have to sit behind you.
Well, I don't want to lose the spot.
Because there are people with carts coming up on the other side. It's just...
I've been waiting for that spot, and it's mine, and I'm going to sit here till...
was it you?
No, it wasn't.
Oh, okay.
I'm speaking for that person.
And again, I restrain myself, and I don't honk, and I don't yell, but it's incredibly rude.
What if that was you?
What if what was me?
What if you were the next in line for the spot and you were waiting for somebody to pull out?
I would not do that.
Then you would never park at Costco. How did you park?
True. That's not true. There are plenty of parking spaces if you are willing to walk for a second. There are plenty of parking spaces. The lot is so enormous. It's never full. Everybody wants to park as close to the door as possible. That's what happens. I would never sit there and wait for somebody to load their damn car and pull out to get the parking spot. That's awfully rude. So anyway, I go into the Costco, and I don't have a card or anything because I'm just going to the pharmacy. But this really surprised me. I'm walking along, and then somebody to the left of me and behind me goes, "Hey, Bill, how's it going?" And I think to myself, I'm wearing a mask. I apparently
don't you know who you are?
Apparently, they can only see me from sort of behind.
You're recognizable from behind.
Am I? But it just really surprised me. And you know who it was?
Who?
It was Dustin Williams, the Hatter.
Oh. The official Hatter of the radio.
Yeah, I need to go and see him. I need a couple of hats cleaned and blocked.
I said, I looked to my left and went, "Oh, hey, Dustin, how you doing?" And he said, "I'm doing great." And he was with some other people, and they're all wearing the orange vests. So Dustin has another job, and he said it, and I didn't quite catch what it was, but he's working with some kind of a crew, construction or something like that.
Hats aren't a full-time gig.
No. But
I better take him some business then.
Yeah.
And he said, "No, we're working on, and my hearing isn't the great. We're working on this crew, but we come in here every day for lunch. Take a break and come in for lunch. So they're working somewhere nearby, and maybe he's working out on the road doing all that Third West,
never-ending Third West
that's what it is.
Because endless.
It was those kind of orange vests.
I try to avoid that area at all costs.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, yesterday I pulled out of the Costco parking lot, turned left on Third West, intending to get to 17 South and then go up. But as I look, there's this huge line of cars, and the light at 17 South is blinking. It's not functioning right. And so what did I do? A U-turn and went to 21st South and got out of there. But
I feel like that construction has been going on for 10 years.
But what was funny about Dustin is that, so he's wearing this orange vest, and he's with these two or three other guys wearing orange vests. And Dustin has on a really cool hat.
Of course.
Of course.
Dustin made my hat for when we went to the Breeders' Cup. And I love that hat.
Yeah.
I need to find other reasons to wear it.
You could wear it here. Wear it every day.
Well, I got headphones. Carrie has the special headphones that you can wear.
Go behind the head.
Yeah. Behind the head headphones. Which you were afraid they weren't going to make those anymore, and I saw you could still buy them somewhere.
I was told that Sony was going to stop making them.
Oh, maybe they weren't Sony. I mean, I just happened to notice them.
So I bought a box of them.
Yeah. Well, that's a good.
I've got headphones for the rest of my life.
Or the rest of your career, certainly.
Yeah. Well, certainly.
Yeah, easily for the rest of your
certainly
career.
for here.
Yes. But anyway, it was nice to see Dustin, and that's basically the story. The rudeness of Costco. Oh my God!
Somebody says it's set to be completed June 2023. So that's not so bad. That's not so bad.
You can tell they're getting close. Parts of Third West, I think, down further north are pretty much done.
I feel bad for businesses along. I feel bad for businesses on 9th South because 9th South has been torn up.
Has it? I don't go up there.
Forever.
I don't go on 9th South. Second South. I don't use Second South anymore. That's how I used to come to work, is on Second South. I don't use it at all anymore because it's been all torn up with whatever sewer. And we should have asked Mayor Mendenhall. Mayor Mendenhall, will you stop planting trees and go out with some pothole filler and fill potholes around town?
They did on my street.
I
was really pleased.
There's so many. It takes them forever.
So now when I drive past the pothole, I get the gravel sticking to my tires, and you get that sound.
I've gotten used to where the potholes are on First South, so I
where to dodge them?
I can avoid them in the dark. Even I know where they are now.
Matthew in the chat room, who is out of state, Costco Pinot Gris is only $4.99 a bottle, and it's not bad.
$4.99.
We have the biggest Costco in the United States.
And we don't have liquor in it.
On Third West, and there is no liquor.
Because bad things would happen.
Yeah.
We can't let...
I don't know what they are, but bad things
You know what
would
they
happen.
are.
And I've said it before. I heard the statistic that Costco sells more liquor than any other
I'm sure.
purveyor in the country.
Absolutely true. Because on this day.
Yeah. In 1984, MTV used to put out their list of their top videos of the week.
Don't they do that anymore?
No. I mean, they might, but nobody cares.
Do they play videos anymore?
Occasionally, I think. The Cars, Hello Again. Number one on their charts.
Okay, good enough. 7:25 right now, time for Boner of the Day. 3 news stories. These will be examples of bad, stupid, funny human behavior. You will decide with your vote. Of these 3 candidates, which one is the worst? Which one deserves to be Boner of the Day for today, December 2, 2024? We'll give you 2 candidates now, a third after the news. Once you've heard all 3, you'll vote. One of you lucky random Boner voters will receive.
Can't buy it. Got to win it. Radio from Hell Boner t-shirt.
A good legislator is always looking for ways to tax us more. Utah State Senator Lincoln Fillmore was grabbing a quick meal in the cafe area of the Harmon's grocery store in downtown Salt Lake when he realized he hadn't been charged the additional restaurant tax for his burger and fries.
Uh-oh.
The same thing happens with a sandwich served at a Great Harvest Bread Company store.
Yep.
And a soft-serve ice cream cone at a Macy's supermarket. Yet the South Jordan Republican said the county imposed 1% tax on food and beverage sales at restaurants was collected on similar foods purchased at fast food outlets, on top of the state and local sales tax that varies by jurisdiction. The sales tax also applies to prepared food items as well as non-food items sold in grocery stores, but Utah taxes food at a lower rate, 3%. So Fillmore said he's looking for a change in the new law during the 2025 legislative session to spell out just what that restaurant tax and where it has to be added to make it in portions of grocery stores that function like a restaurant. He said closing what he sees as a tax loophole used only by a handful of retailers is just a question of fairness and equity in the marketplace. His draft bill, however, got a mixed reception at the final meeting in November of the Legislative's Review and Taxation Interim Committee. Members ended up not taking action on it, meaning the bill will go through the regular hearing process during the upcoming legislative session.
Don't ruin. I like getting that burger at the Harmon's. It's a good burger.
Yeah, you'd have to say maybe they say, well, if we're going to put more tax on, we're just not going to bother doing this anymore if it's going to cost more. Boner candidate number 1. Good legislators always looking for ways to tax us more.
They fry their fries in the beef tallow.
Oh, yeah?
Like McDonald's used to do.
Yeah, they're really good. Here's Boner candidate number 2. Sports continues to build character. Ed didn't mention this at all when he was talking about the Ohio State-Michigan game.
He'd rather not.
The Big Ten has fined Michigan and Ohio State $100,000 each for their football program's roles in the postgame melee following the Wolverines' stunning upset of the Ohio State Buckeyes at Ohio Stadium. In a statement, the league said it considers this matter concluded and will have no further statement. The league does not plan to suspend players for their roles in the fight, and Michigan and Ohio State officials said no official individual discipline is being handed out by them at this time. But they had to tear gas people.
Really?
Pepper spray.
Pepper spray.
And because there were people that had fallen on the ground and were injured
Being trampled.
and being trampled, and they would not stop. The only way to get them to stop was to pepper
Not
spray.
only did the actions of both teams violate fundamental elements of sportsmanship, such as respect and civility, the nature of the incident also jeopardized the safety of participants and bystanders. The brawl started when players from both teams, after the Wolverines planted their flag at midfield on the Buckeye. Now, first of all, they shouldn't have done that.
Yeah.
Because they knew that would cause crap. The fight lasted for roughly 5 minutes before police officers used pepper spray to disperse the mob of players. Players and coaches from both sides were left bloodied, and Ohio State University police said one officer was injured. As the Wolverines gathered on the Block O in celebration, several Buckeye players rushed in, throwing punches. We're not going to let them do that.
And everyone was like, "Where was this fire during the game?"
Jeez, it can't have been a very good game. 13-10.
I watched it. It was not great.
Boner candidate number 2, sports continuing to build character. Coming up in a moment, boner candidate number 3. Oh, Bobby.
Boner candidate number 3. Coming up after this, Big Boy News and Opinioendo, brought to you by.
Would you like to gain strength, balance, flexibility, and confidence? With
Yes.
training from United Studios of Self-Defense, you can and you will. I start my class this week.
Oh.
Receive 1 week free martial arts lessons. Go to ussdutah.com.
So I wonder how long it'll take you in class before I won't dare mess with you anymore.
Right now, Bill, I'm already fired up.
Yeah, but you haven't taken the
No,
class,
I
so I
haven't
don't
taken
care.
the class
Let's see, Gwyneth Paltrow and Chris Martin got together to celebrate their daughter. The proud parents, who finalized their divorce back in 2015, spent time together in Paris earlier this week as their 20-year-old daughter, Apple Martin, made her society debut.
I didn't know this was something that still happened.
It happens.
I guess with the wealthies, yeah.
At the Le Bal des Débutantes on Saturday, November 30th. Paltrow shared a carousel of photos and clips from her weekend in the French capital via Instagram, some of which featured her ex-husband. A special long weekend in Paris, she captioned the post. The first visual in the celebratory post was a video of the actress's cloudy view from the airplane as she flew overseas. And then next she shared a mirror selfie of her and her daughter, who was wearing an elaborate custom Valentino gown, which Vogue reports took Valentino creative director Alessandro Michel's atelier 750 hours to make, and is probably worth about 2 months' salary that we get here, or more. So, and you know what? That's all I'm going to tell you about it. It goes on and on about Gwyneth gushing over her daughter's milestone. President-elect Trump said Saturday he wants real estate developer Charles Kushner, father of Trump's son-in-law, Jared Kushner, to serve as ambassador to France. Now, he wouldn't have been able to do that a while ago because he was in prison
really?
for tax evasion and fraud.
How did he get out?
Trump pardoned him.
How about that?
And now...
the MAGAs are outraged.
Now he'd like him to serve as ambassador to France because he's a gentleman of high character.
Mm-hmm.
Trump made the announcement
It's
on
the best
Truth
people.
Social, calling Charles Kushner a tremendous business leader, philanthropist, and deal maker. The elder Kushner was pardoned by Trump in 2020 after pleading guilty years earlier to tax evasion and making illegal campaign donations. Prosecutors allege that Charles Kushner discovered his brother-in-law was cooperating with federal authorities in an investigation that he'd hatched a scheme for revenge and intimidation. Kushner hired a prostitute to lure his brother-in-law and then arranged to have the encounter in a New Jersey motel room recorded with a hidden camera and the recording sent to his own sister, the man's wife.
These are the kinds of people that,
Kushner eventually pleaded guilty to 18 counts, including tax evasion. He spent 2 years he was sentenced to 2 years in prison, the most he could receive under a plea deal. I'm trying to see. I don't think he wasn't there that whole time.
This is what you voted for.
Yep.
You're okay with this.
And, yeah, so there you go. Some Utah legislators are, now take a look, and this is the air right now. Doesn't look good.
It's going to get worse as the week goes on.
Some Utah legislators are considering having more say over the rules dictating state air quality standards.
What could go wrong?
And it already has, Kerry, and expressed hope that the incoming Trump administration will be friendlier to the Beehive State when it comes to what they see as overly onerous environmental regulations. These harsh environmental regulations that have cleaned up our air.
Yeah.
Boo! Federal law sets some guidelines for air quality, but statewide rules are enacted by the Utah Air Quality Board, which is part of the state's Department of Environmental Quality. I don't know why they call it that. Why do they call it the state's Department of Environmental Quality? Bryce Bird, the director of the state's Division of Air Quality, addressed the legislators' Federalism Commission on Tuesday, during which at least one top lawmaker expressed support for lawmakers to have more oversight in the rules that set clean air standards in Utah. I mean, there's just got to be something for us to review in the upcoming session.
Don't get them wrong. They want to relax the rules to make it easier to pollute.
Listen, the Lord's coming. He'll be here soon, so it doesn't matter what we do.
Oh, my gosh. It's not uncommon for Utah's air quality to be poor, it says here in this story, particularly during the winter, and improving air quality is a frequent conversation on Utah's Capitol Hill. The past legislative session, however, several proposals to incentivize electric lawn equipment, reduce state emissions, and cap emissions from large polluters.
That's all going to be gone.
It didn't go anywhere. They tried to pass some of that, and it just didn't go anywhere. So the legislature...
It's going to be more loose.
Yeah, they did approve a bill that would prevent Air Quality Board from prohibiting control burns. No, you go ahead, burn. Guys, go ahead and burn things. That's okay, fine. Let's see. Utah Public Lands lawsuit. This is our land. We're the federal government controlling it. The Biden administration says there is no merit to the lawsuit that the state has filed against us. Utah's unusual Supreme Court demand for federal officials to give up public land plainly lacks merit, the Biden administration argues, and defies America's deeply embedded traditional way of conducting government.
But Trump will, rubber stamp. That's fine. Take it.
Trump's Supreme Court will, sure.
Let's go to the crime desk. I had a story that I thought Gina might do, but she thinks she knows better.
Well, I've done that story before.
People need updates on these things.
Okay, well, the
Fine.
update
Oh, it's
is,
fine. Go on to the other story.
I'll just say the update, the Florida woman convicted of murdering her boyfriend by zipping him inside of a suitcase and leaving him to die is being sentenced today.
Oh.
So the crime desk will follow that and let you know what she's sentenced for.
Okay.
They were playing hide and seek. This is a different story. The Colorado dentist suspected of poisoning his wife in order to, quote, start a new life with a Texas-based orthodontist, like you do, has been also accused of trying to have a detective killed. The new charges against James Tolliver Craig said that he allegedly attempted to have an Aurora police detective who was investigating his wife's death killed. Police claim that James, who's being held in the county detention center, tried to get a fellow jail inmate to commit the crime once in May and then again in June and again last month. So he was charged with first-degree murder in connection with his wife's death last year. You never, if you want to research how to kill somebody, your history on your computer will remember when you Google things like what poisons are not detectable after death.
Yeah.
Did it say what that guy's profession is?
He's a dentist.
Oh, he'd probably be perfect for the CDC.
Oh, yeah.
CDC.
Absolutely.
So he slipped arsenic into his wife's pre-workout shake beginning on the morning of March 6th. She felt sick and went to the hospital. They couldn't figure out what it was, sent her home. She died on March 15th because he kept slipping her arsenic a little bit at a time. And now charged with trying to get the detective killed in his case.
Is that it?
Yes.
The 10 most expensive zip codes in the United States. I'm not going to do all of them. Atherton, California is the wealthiest zip code in the United States, with a median home price reaching, this is just the median home price, $7.75 million.
Oh.
Near Stanford University and home to tech executives, venture capitalists, and other affluent residents who live in large estates, the Silicon Valley town has claimed the top spot for the 5th straight year. Among the top 10 zip codes of wealthiest zip codes in the United States, there are 2 in Wyoming.
Really?
Yeah, that's where all the California people are moving.
Teton Village, Wyoming, and then someplace, where did that go, called Wilson. I don't know where Wilson is. Wilson, Wyoming. The average home price, $4.37 million for the median home price. These are exclusive. Most of them are waterfront or ski destination properties, with homes costing at least $4 million or more. There's not one here close to us.
Hmm.
Oh. Well, there goes the train.
Yep.
All right, that's it.
Weather?
Well, we kind of went over it with the gunky air.
Yeah.
It will continue to get gunkier as the week goes on. No chance of storms. Next possible chance, maybe Saturday. Something might blow this out. We're in this ugly time of year. So I suggest you check the air quality if you exercise outside before you do that. It's going to get worse. 46 for a high today. Overnight low 25. It just kind of stays the same all week long. Traffic. Crash northbound Midland Drive at Hinkley Drive in West Haven. All northbound lanes are blocked. Backing traffic to 40th South. A crash eastbound 201 freeway near 32nd West. The left lane block. Construction zone is where this is happening. It's causing a little bit of slowage through that area. Let me check our message stream, see if anything else is coming up there. That's from you folks when you text us and let us know what you're seeing on the roads. 33986. Larson HVAC and Plumbing. They are our HVAC and plumbers. You should go to their website, larsonhvac.com/X96 for more information.
Here's boner candidate number 3. Oh, Bobby. Cheryl Hines took a somewhat unorthodox approach to promoting her beauty products on Black Friday. Beauty line Hines Plus Young posted a video on its Instagram story Friday of Hines in her bathroom with 2 of her beauty products in her hands as her husband, Robert F. Kennedy Jr., showered in the background.
This is not an accident. This is on purpose.
The actress then reposted the video to her account. Now, she's blocking, her body is blocking you from seeing him completely naked. No, you can't take a shower. I'm doing a video, she said. No, listen, you've got to give me a second. I'm doing a video from Hines Plus Young, honey. 60% off for Black Friday and Cyber Monday. I've got to turn this off before he gets out of the shower.
Yeah, anybody that's like, I can't believe why she is still married to him, that's because she is just as horrible as he is.
Hines launched the beauty company with her daughter in 2023. The idea for the line came from the Curb Your Enthusiasm star desire to start an eco-friendly brand of products. With this in mind, my daughter and Kat and I have launched the Hines Plus Young. But she goes on, she says, he's in the shower there, and she goes, "Oh, Bobby, you silly." Boner candidate number 3. Bobby.
Let's review the first 2 and vote.
Boner candidate number 1. A good legislator is always looking for ways to tax us. Utah State Senator Lincoln Fillmore, realizing that some of the food items that you get at grocery stores, like Harmon's has hamburgers, and you go to the Great Harvest and you get a sandwich when you're there to buy a loaf. They don't charge the restaurant tax on it. Well, we should get the restaurant tax on that. Boner candidate number 2, sports continuing to build character. That big brawl between Michigan and Ohio State, people being pepper sprayed, 15-minute fight, people bloodied and injured. And boner candidate number 3, oh, Bobby.
All right, here we go. Time to vote for Boner of the Day. 1, 2, or 3. Remember your candidate number, the one that you think should win, the one that you think is the worst. 1, 2, or 3. Put that single digit in the message of a text, and then text it to 33986. These easy. Or you can call Katie in the producer's booth, 877-602-9696. You can go online, x96.com. Look for the box that says Boner of the Day, December 2, 2024. Click and vote. If you don't see that box, refresh your browser. It'll appear. Click and vote. You've only got 4 minutes to get your vote in, so let's go. Don't forget, Bill Frost will be here at 8 o'clock telling us what's on TV this week. We got Beat Gina on the way. Stand by for all of that. All right, let's get to voting. Here we go. 7:49, time to award Boner of the Day.
And the Boner of the Day is brought to you in part by chili over a baked potato.
Nice.
And X96 and the Rocky Mountain Chevy dealers invite you to help those at the road home this holiday season with blankets, coats, shoes, hats, gloves, drop-off donations at any Rocky Mountain Chevy dealer. Go to x96.com for dealer locations. Spread the warmth and help others find their way home. Join us Wednesday, broadcasting live at Doug Smith Chevrolet, 1341 North Main Street in Spanish Fork, collecting donations for the road home.
Well, if Boner candidate number 2, sports continuing to build character, and Boner candidate number 3, oh, Bobby, this awful, stupid video that Cheryl Hines made with Bobby showering in the background, like people want to see that. If they combined their votes, they could have almost won. But with 123 votes, Boner candidate number 1, a good legislator is always looking for ways to tax us.
Yep. That's your Boner of the Day for today, December 2, 2024. Now qualified to be Boner of the Week.
Thanksgiving was good?
Yeah, uneventful.
Yeah, I mean, the most exciting thing about my Thanksgiving was I decided to, so I had this 17-pound turkey.
It's a big turkey.
It is. And so I dry brined it, which means you essentially you put salt and some herbs and stuff all over the skin, under the skin a little bit, and put it in the refrigerator uncovered.
It makes it crispy.
Which is really, but you have to look at it every time you open the refrigerator. Giant
hunk of
naked turkey there. But then I kept reading about this way to cook it, where it says, it sounds weird, but just coat it with mayonnaise. And I went, okay. And then, somebody said in an article I was reading, says, you've already discovered that if you use mayonnaise on the outside of your grilled cheese sandwiches, that works really well, right? The mayonnaise will go away. It will just make the turkey brown. And so I put some herbs and like thyme and rosemary and mixed it, some mayonnaise, and slathered it across the turkey and stuck it in the oven. Worked.
Are you going to do it again?
Probably. It looked really weird. I don't think I took a picture of it. I should have. But it turned out it was delicious, moist and flavorful, and that was the most exciting thing that happened to me.
What sides did you have?
Oh, the typical, we had Brussels sprouts and stuffing, except not stuffing, dressing.
But you still call it stuffing.
Yeah, you should call it dressing if you're not stuffing it. My mother always did it, and my grandmother always stuffed the cavity of the bird with.
It doesn't get cooked enough that way.
Yeah, she'd always end up putting in a pan and browning it up more in the. But it did have a good flavor. But and had cran. We did. I think we didn't have any cranberry.
How do you not have cranberries?
Not sure, but we did have
cranberries.
We did have some like jam that was close to cranberry jelly.
So we were doing Thanksgiving up at the tree farm, and Joe went up 2 days ahead to start prepping the food because he cooks the entire meal. We don't have people bring sides. He cooks the whole thing. And so he's up there getting it ready.
Did you invite anybody?
We had my mother-in-law and my brother and sister-in-law and their kids.
Gina's in charge of buying the rolls.
I did. I went over to Vosen's because they got the best rolls over there. And there was a line out the door of people picking up their Thanksgiving rolls at Vosen's. That was my job, the rolls.
Good for you.
And so Thanksgiving was great. It was delicious. Joe also dry brines his turkey. It was fantastic. But our farmhouse has limitations, and the limitations are due to the septic tank that is old. And we have been told needs to be replaced, but also told, well, maybe we can get through another. No, we can't.
What happened?
Well,
who took the last who took the last shot at it?
It was me. And I said,
Perfect.
please don't go in there. please, nobody, please don't. And it just starts coming up in all of the toilets, and there's gurgling, and
Isn't there a filling station nearby? A gas
to
station?
use the bathroom?
Yeah, you have to go down to you'll have to go down to the gas station.
So, luckily, dinner was done. This did not ruin the meal, but we had planned on staying up there all weekend, and it ruined that because
let's
you
just
kind of need the facilities.
Let's just leave the gurgling toilets here and go home.
Yeah, septics are.
Now, did you put the Kerrygold butter in the Camel butter dish?
Yes. Joe said it's a special occasion. We can have the good salted butter.
It's a special occasion, honey. Now, don't expect this at home.
No. Then you won't appreciate it.
I don't get that.
Did you appreciate it?
I did appreciate it. Put it on the Vosen's roll.
Yeah, but only up at the farmhouse. Only on Thanksgiving.
Special occasions.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
Makes
that.
absolutely zero sense.
Yeah.
And we had pie for breakfast. Did you guys have pie for breakfast? That's acceptable over.
Well, I did.
Yeah.
No, we had a traditional. Sue made it. It was delicious.
Cook a turkey?
No, it was chicken. We do a roast chicken because we don't need that much. We did a turkey breast a few days later.
Oh.
And wound up putting it in what we called leftover soup, which was soup made of all the leftovers. It was delicious.
Not a bad idea.
Yes. And sandwiches. We're still having sandwiches.
And you had pie. What kind of pie?
Had some key lime.
Key lime.
Now you purchased the pies?
Yeah, Harmon's. And also had a bit of like a chocolate cookie pie kind of thing.
I like a chocolate cookie.
And some carrot cake. Delicious. Just, nothing to report really. Just had a good time.
Yeah, there was no fighting at my Thanksgiving.
Well, that's good.
There were, no fighting.
No politics discussed.
No, not really. And yeah.
But your toilets worked.
Your toilets worked.
As far as I know.
Mm-hmm.
I usually go outside anyway.
Gina's sign off. Please don't go in there.
just don't.
Just don't. Traffic.
Okay.
So what? Are you gonna have to dig it up and put in a new one?
Yep.
That's bad.
This happened last year, and we're like, no, we could. I'm sure it's fine. No, it's not fine.
Okay.
Crash northbound Midland Drive at Hinkley Drive in West Haven. We have crash eastbound 201 freeway near 32nd West. Let me check our message stream, see if anybody sent anything in there. No, but you certainly can. 33986 if you see something. The State Room Presents, bringing you live music memories. Check out Sixpence None the Richer with Emily Hicks Wednesday, December 4th at the State Room. Get tickets at thestateroompresents.com.
Sixpence None the Richer. Yeah. All right. Thank you. We will take a break. We'll be back after these messages with Bill Frost here to tell us what's on TV this week. Stand by.
Mom.
There is a Mona Community Notes from the year 2000.
I don't know what that would be. I mean, I don't recall doing anything with that far long ago.
So there's that.
The Mona bit's relatively new, right?
Well, I don't think it is. Should we hear it?
Well, okay, I guess. What, 2003?
No, 2000.
The year 2000?
The year 2000!
23 years ago? It must be mislabeled. No. I can't.
51000.
What were we? Is it a Utah Word of the Day thing?
It says Mona Notes.
Oh.
So, I mean, we could keep talking about it, or we could play it and find out.
Now let me walk over here and press play.
Get your steps in.
Okay.
Okay.
See what it is.
And now, Mona Community Notes, an update of happenings in Mona, Utah. Here is the mayor, Don Criddle, with his son, Denver.
Hi, this is Mayor Mona Don Criddle.
Don't forget me, Daddy.
Just keep your britches on, Denver.
I'm Don Criddle, and yes, my boy Denver.
Denver Criddle?
You open that pie hole to interrupt me one more time, boy, and it's going to be filled with a size 12 Red Wing boot.
Okay, Daddy.
Anyhow, this is Mona Community Notes. This week, we're going to tell you about free things to do in and around our fair city, Mona. This Saturday, you can see a free movie, The Greatest Show on Earth, down to the Harold B. Lee Auditorium. It's a moving film about Jesus, our Lord and Savior, and the moving story of his life.
Daddy, you're thinking of the movie The Greatest Story Ever Told. The Greatest Show on Earth is about the circus. It's got clowns in it, Daddy.
The only clown here is you, Mr. Siskel Ebert Means. And don't you be calling the Lord a clown, Denver.
I'm scared of clowns, Daddy.
Now then, it don't cost nothing either for you to go try out for the Queen of the Ute Stampede contest down to the fairgrounds this weekend.
Ooh, I'd love to be a rodeo queen, Daddy. I like to wear my jeans real tight.
And you look like a whore, boy.
How many utes does it take to make a stampede, Daddy?
Boy, if you don't button that lip of yours, I'm going to stampede your hind end.
If I was the rodeo queen, I'd like Garth Brooks to be my rodeo king, Daddy.
And finally, Miss Payson is coming down here to Mona, to the Mona Elementary, to give a 2.5-minute talk on seatbelt safety. The public is invited.
Miss Payson, the soon-to-be Mrs. Denver Criddle.
Boy, you swing like a Gordon Gate in the wind, don't you? She'll be showing a film called Strap-On Safety.
Them strap-ons can be dangerous, Daddy.
When are you gonna stop being such a dildo, Denver? And finally, this ain't free, but it sure is cheap. Ella down to the Frosty Freeze says that they ain't been able to sell all the chicken fried steak, so it's still on special till they run out.
You mean like the way that Mama ran out on you, Daddy?
Oh, just stick a knife in my heart, Denver. You'll kill me a lot quicker. This has been Mona Community Notes, and you join us next time for more.
I'm laughing out of embarrassment.
Why? That was amazing.
Jeez. I have no memory of that. Zero memory. But somebody said, this is the one where Denver says, I want to grow up to be a rodeo queen. Somebody remembers that from 23 years ago.
Nick loved the line, Siskel Ebert means.
Stick a knife in my heart.
And Travis points out that Don has mellowed over the years.
A little bit.
He used to have quite a temper.
I was going to say, yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know Don had been the mayor for so long. I thought
Well,
Don Criddle was a character that has been running the show
One of the
since
first
I've been working here.
One of the first things Don did when he got the office was made sure that it was office for life. He changed the changed the rule.
I don't remember that we had created those characters that long ago.
Oh yeah.
I thought we had just done that in the last three years or so.
Because people ask me where the Denver voice comes from. And it's me trying to be Larry Hagman on Dallas. Because he kept talking about his daddy.
Yeah.
He would say daddy.
That's right, daddy.
And that's kind of where it came from.
I don't think I ever knew that.
Yeah. So that's how long those characters have been around. But then we got
one more.
We're out of time.
Where are we out of time?
But I found J.R. Tallywhackers.
Oh, that's good. I recall that being a well-written sketch.
We've got a Little Tommy Little, a whole bunch of them.
Mm-hmm.
Tales from the Grave,
Mm-hmm.
which was Tales from the Crypt parody.
We could do these tomorrow.
And Ned Hastings, Smoking Therapist.
Ned Hastings, Smoking Therapist. We could do some of those tomorrow, or maybe even later in this show.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
986.
Like
Something about that just made me feel guilty, and I don't know why.
Like Isaiah in Sandy.
Sandy?
Yeah. He says there's too many shows. Not just in Sandy, everywhere.
Okay, I haven't been able to figure it out. Patrick,
Chris, Isaiah? No?
No.
You'll get the next one.
Okay.
Bill Frost brought to you by?
Brought to you by, forget people, all you need is TV and internet. CableTV.com has expert reviews, recommendations, resources for the best in cable, satellite streaming, internet services. Embrace the singularity at CableTV.com today.
He's here. Bill Frost. He's here to tell us what's on the TV. Bill is a writer for City Weekly. You can read his writing at cityweekly.net. He is a podcaster. It's called TV Tan, and it's about TV, mostly. And then he's a musician. He's in a band called Magna Vega. And you can find all things Bill Frost just by going to billfrost.tv.
Yeah, all conveniently located there.
Okay.
I just love television so much.
There you go. Yeah. Tonight, Superman and Lois series finale. I believe this is the last of the DC shows on the CW.
Last of the DC shows on the CW, and I think, what was it? Somebody said this weekend it's been 25 years.
It's the end of an era
since Arrow was the first. 20 years?
I don't know.
20 years, probably.
20 years sounds more like it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's that. Also, just wanted to mention this here. Days of Our Lives on Peacock. That's where it is now.
That's where it is?
Tell your mom. Yeah. It's episode 15,000 today.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. That's right about how many episodes you guys have done, right?
Really close. Really close. Yeah, close.
And Star Wars Skeleton Crew. I almost missed this one. It's sort of a last-minute entry.
They moved it up a
day. Yeah. Skeleton Crew on Disney Plus. I really didn't have a chance to even look at what it does. It looks like it's for kids.
It is. Well, it's.
You liked it.
They keep. I haven't seen it yet. They keep calling it Goonies in space.
Okay.
You like the idea of it.
I like the idea of it.
That's kind of what the trailer looks like. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Wednesday. We'll just mention this once, and I'm not going to mention it again. Sold on SLC, a new Bravo reality series.
Sold
on SLC. It's about dramatic realtors.
Yeah. Real estate, yeah.
Dramatic realtors, and they're all ridiculously good looking, and I'm sure they're all highly competent at their jobs, because that's when you're buying a house, that's what you want, is the guy with the reality crew following him.
Exactly.
So that's on Wednesday.
Yeah, Utah is like all the rage with the reality shows.
And what's poor Victoria going to do? I mean, is she going to continue with the Real Housewives, or do we have her switch to the Mormon Housewives, or do we have her switch to this?
I don't know.
Because they're all three shows I don't want to watch.
I say we make her do all of them.
Well, you can do the Secret Housewives in January when they air it on ABC. That's when the rest of the country will see it. It doesn't have Hulu.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Also on Wednesday, Colin Jost is hosting a new game show called Pop Culture Jeopardy. It's exactly what it sounds like.
Colin Jost is doing
Colin
this?
Jost, yes.
And when is this?
This is on Wednesday on Prime Video.
I think we should try out.
Pop Culture
Trivia.
Jeopardy?
Jeopardy, yes.
Pop Culture Jeopardy. Okay. Yeah, you and me, we'll go.
I'm sure Scarlett Johansson is proud. On Thursday, do you remember the fashion brand from Lisa Frank at all?
Yes.
With the cartoon monkey.
The monkey.
Yeah.
Paul Frank.
Yeah.
Frank.
Well, apparently, I guess they're still in business, but here's a documentary about the rise and fall that I didn't know happened of the Lisa Frank story.
No, it was Paul. It was Paul Frank.
Paul Frank.
Oh.
I don't know who Lisa Frank is. But
Well,
Is it his daughter
this
that's
is
taken over?
Yeah, this is a different brand then.
No, because it's the monkey.
If it's the monkey, it's Paul Frank.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Well,
think she stole.
anyway,
I'm going to investigate.
This is called Glitter and Gold, and it's a fashion. Apparently, her empire just crumpled, and Paul couldn't save her, I guess. And I absolutely had to mention this on Fox Nation on Thursday, live, the Patriot Awards.
Oh, geez.
Coming up.
Really?
Hosted by Sean Hannity.
Oh, boy.
You know who hosted last year?
Who?
Pete Hegseth. You know who's not even on the list for this year's?
For Patriots
Pete
this year?
Hegseth,
Pete
yes.
Hegseth, okay.
Also, it costs $75 to get into this thing live at in New York, and no weapons allowed.
That's a cheap ticket.
What a surprise.
Yeah. You can't bring your gun into the Fox Nation thing.
It's 12 years for
How about that?
For the Arrowverse, by the way.
Oh,
sorry.
Not 20.
20 seemed like much, yeah. On Friday, based on a true story, The Sticky on Prime Video. It's about the great Canadian maple syrup heist.
Oh, yeah.
Starring Margot Martindale.
Yeah.
Not to be confused with, based on a true story, the series about the podcasters.
Yes.
Not to be confused.
No.
Because we finished that this week.
Yeah.
Season 2.
Yeah, it was almost as good as the first season. This is based on a true story about a maple syrup farmer played by Margot Martindale, who was pushed out of her land by the man.
Mm-hmm.
So she schemes with a French Canadian mobster, Chris Diamantopoulos. I'm sure I got that name wrong. I think you'd know if you see him.
Yeah.
And they staged an $18 million heist of maple syrup back in 2012.
This really happened.
Yeah. And that's a series, by the way, not a movie. Also on Friday, A No-Nonsense Christmas with Sabrina Carpenter. Somebody needs to know that.
Wait, a no-nonsense
Now,
Christmas?
is this the one that
No,
she
it's
got
called...
She got a priest in trouble for because he let her do...
I think that was for a music video.
Yeah. Oh, that's not this.
I don't think that was... It's actually called A Nonsense Christmas with Sabrina Carpenter.
Okay.
Oh.
So she's admitted up front.
Okay.
Yeah. And if you didn't see these movies in theaters, all of them are out tomorrow. On Friday, Fly Me to the Moon on Apple TV Plus with Channing Tatum and Scarlett Johansson. Beetlejuice on Max.
Mm-hmm.
Speak No Evil on Peacock.
Oh,
Horror movie starring James McAvoy and Mackenzie Davis.
that's right.
Yeah.
I've been meaning to see that one.
And Saturday Night Live, hosted by Paul Mescal, Gladiator 2.
Oh, that's him.
And, of course, everybody knows musical guest Shabuzi.
Shabu.
Shabuzi, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Also on Saturday on HBO and Max, Super/Man, the Christopher Reeve story.
And that's on what now?
On HBO and Max.
I might watch that.
The documentary.
I still have to watch the Yacht Rock one. I haven't watched
I'm halfway
that yet.
through the Yacht Rock one.
Yeah, Paramount Plus did a Yacht Rock one like last year, too.
It wasn't as good as this one. This one is more, believe it or not, I know.
do we do a deeper Michael McDonald dive?
Much deeper.
Okay.
Much deeper.
Somewhere to go.
No, they trace the beginnings of it.
Yeah.
And you can apparently blame Steely Dan. It's a whole it's a whole thing.
I usually do.
Yeah.
Steely Dan.
Yeah.
And Somebody Somewhere series finale on Sunday on HBO and Max. Fine show.
I love
Bridget
that
Everett,
show.
you should be watching it.
Yes.
And I was telling everybody off the air, this Say Nothing series on Hulu is about the Irish Republican Army in the early 70s. Drama, really good. Really well done.
Okay.
If you go see a trailer for it, it kind of makes it look like Pulp Fiction. They've definitely over-sensationalized it. It's not quite like that. Not like the trailer makes it look like. No. And also Shrinking. Every day, almost, someone asks me about Shrinking.
Oh yeah. It's a great little show.
Yeah.
And Harrison Ford, what is it he said? He said, I've always been a comedian. I've just...
No, he said,
what is
I've always been a comedian.
I'm just finally now getting the
Han
role.
Solo's funny.
He is.
How about that? Yeah. And Nobody Has His Service on MGM Plus with Harold Perrineau.
Oh.
It's a really good series.
No.
Yeah,
No.
Why?
I thought you were in. You were all.
I've watched it, and I hated myself for watching it because he's good. Almost everybody else on the show sucks, and it's one of the. It's like Lost. It just goes nowhere. It goes nowhere.
Or does it go everywhere?
Yeah. Man.
They resolve nothing ever.
Well, that's because we got another season coming up.
By the way, Lisa Frank and Paul Frank, completely different people.
They're both designers, right?
Both designers. Paul Frank is the monkey thing.
He's the sock monkey guy.
I got my Franks mixed up.
Yes. Lisa Frank does like very colorful little girl
stickers and binders
and
things
clothes and things. So different people.
So not the monkey person.
Monkey person
There's
is
probably
Paul.
a monkey in there somewhere, right?
I bet so.
You need to correct that for publication.
I'm on it.
Okay.
Watched Eric on Netflix.
Yeah.
With Benedict Cumberbatch.
Oh yeah.
The missing kid show.
Yeah.
And it's
his kid that's missing.
It's his kid that's missing, and I guess the plot, you could summarize it as, what if Jim Henson was an a-hole?
Because he's a puppeteer, right?
Because he's a puppeteer.
Oh. Yeah.
Well, he's behind a show like Sesame Street.
Yeah.
Although they reference Jim Henson a lot.
Mhm.
But depressing. Yeah, depressing. Depressing as hell. And an imaginary friend shows up.
Well, of course. Okay.
Benedict Cumberbatch has an imaginary
Follows
friend?
Benedict Cumberbatch throughout the show. Only he can see him. Depressing.
Okay.
Not a very satisfying ending, but all right to watch. Anyway, thank you, Bill Frost.
Thank you.
Thank you.
BillFrost.tv is where you'll find all things Frost.
Yeah.
And anything he has to correct, you'll find it
I'll
there.
correct
as
it there, yes.
Corrections for Bill Frost.
Yes.
Thank you. Traffic.
The only accident that UDOT's reporting is this one, southbound I-15 milepost 272. That's 1600 north in Orem. And you haven't reported any via text, but everybody knows who Lisa Frank is. That's what they're reporting right now. But any traffic-related items, you can also send those to us there, 33986. America's first Nutcracker is nostalgic, charming, and magical. Witness the historic 80th anniversary of the Nutcracker opening December 6th with the magical music of Tchaikovsky performed live by the Ballet West Orchestra. Tickets at balletwest.org.
All right, Beat Gina coming up after these messages and a song. Easy to play, easy to win the prize. What is the prize for Beat Gina
The
today?
prize is tickets to see Jack White May 10th at the Union.
Jack White tickets. 877-602-9696 is the number to call. Get in line to play Beat Gina pop culture, multiple choice pop culture trivia to win the Jack White tickets. 877-602-9696. We also have news on the way. Now, we were talking about this week in that McDonald's has decided to bring back not only good prizes in their Happy Meals,
Well, these are adult Happy Meals.
but these are for adults.
They have like a Big Mac or a 10-piece nugget.
Oh, what?
It's
Yeah.
an adult Happy Meal.
And what they're putting in them now are these collector's cups. And we call them cups for a reason, because they are made of plastic.
They are not glasses.
Now, Ray has tweeted me, Blink182 Ray, has tweeted me, he says, I picked up one of those McDonald's cups this morning. It's actually pretty sturdy. Not too bad.
Okay.
And if you look, we got the video here.
X96.com/live. Is that where you're
Yeah,
telling
I'm gonna
people
hold this up, and you can see on my iPad. You can see the
Okay.
video. So there you go.
Okay.
That's Ray. As you can see, it's small-ish.
Yeah, it fits kind of in the palm of your hand.
It's not a juice glass like we were speculating. It's small-ish.
And what is the character on
DreamWorks
the
character? I
This
saw
is-
Shrek and Minions.
Yeah, Shrek and Donkey and the Minions are all there. So it would be DreamWorks Animation.
We got Shrek cups back.
Are you now? You're interested.
Now
this
you're
is-
in?
This feels like the golden age of America, of my youth, when
Oh.
everybody's pantries were filled with fast food chain cups.
Well,
Cups
Carrie's
are glass-
pantry is
glasses.
filled with glasses.
I've still got they're from 74.
Yeah.
1974 McDonaldland glasses.
Are they safe to drink out of?
I imagine that the ink that makes the Hamburglar look resplendent on the outside, I'm sure that it's
Don't lick the glass.
lead filled, and Grimace is going to kill me, is what it boils down to. But I still have them. We've only broke one, and that was the Ronald glass,
And
which
they
is
are actual glass.
actual glass. And then I've got some Burger King ones from when The Empire Strikes Back came out.
Yeah.
I got a Boba Fett and I got a 3PO and R2, and they had a whole series of those.
I don't even know where it went, but we had the Halo video game franchise Burger King cup from back in the day. That's a big
yeah?
deal. That's a big get,
Is it?
Peanut Barbera.
I
You're
don't
sitting
know.
confused. That was
I
an
am.
awesome
Were
prize.
were they hard to find?
Not necessarily,
Oh,
but
okay.
they were hard to remember to keep around for a
okay.
while. I don't even know where that went now.
I don't know. Someone is saying that those cups won't last one wash in a dishwasher, which is something I've discovered, by the way. is that a lot of these, promotional shot glasses, for example, you wash them in the dishwasher once, and like all of the artwork on the outside, it just
So you're supposed to hand wash.
So you're
them.
supposed to hand wash them.
Yeah.
I got a couple of Blues Brothers shot glasses that I bought in Florida, and I stuck them in the dishwasher a couple of times, and they began to do that, and so I had to pull them out. And I'm like, I'm not going to hand wash my
No,
shot
I
glasses.
want to be able to put things in the dishwasher.
Exactly.
I mean,
the dishwasher gets really, really hot, and I think it kills germs. I don't think when I hand wash things, germs get killed. That's that's how I feel about it.
What are you talking about?
But the McDonald's Happy Meal prizes, they used to be really cool because they would theme them. Usually, it would be a movie theme, new movie that was opening,
Like Shrek or
Yeah, I've got several Batman Returns McDonald's toys from Happy Meals. So you got like the Batmobile, you got the Penguin's rubber ducky, that he rides in with the penguin in the back of it,
Cool.
and then the box was themed and it had, the artwork on it. But the first one that I recall was, and boy, the kids were just dying for this one, Star Trek the Motion Picture Happy Meal theme.
Okay.
What was
There was no prize in it.
Oh.
Which was disappointing, but it was just themed for Star Trek the Motion Picture, and I'm like, kids don't care about this.
It's an adult. That should have been an adult happy.
Yeah.
You should have got a Big Mac in that.
Exactly. And then there was Looney Tunes. I've still got a couple of these Looney Tunes glasses. I don't know what happened to my Roadrunner.
I've tried in the past as a diet move to order a Happy Meal. Like for me, a grown person. Like I would like some fries, but I can only have 6 of them.
Right.
So I would like a nugget, but I can only have 4 of them. That's
Kids
my
meals?
diet plan.
Perfect size.
Yeah.
I think they're the perfect size.
Hi, Katie.
Hi, guys. We're speaking about kids' toy meal.
Happy
Meals
Meal
from Toys.
toys,
That.
yeah.
This is from Arctic Circle. Currently,
Oh,
they
really?
have a collection of different dinosaurs. Here's a Spinosaurus. And it clips onto things.
Oh, that's a good prize.
I have one that it's an Indominus Rex, and it clips onto my bucket hat. I wore it at DOS last weekend, and it stayed on the whole time. I have a Dilophosaurus, the one with the frill.
Yeah.
I have one of those hanging in my car right now.
That's a good prize.
It is so cool. I want to get a collection of them and give them out at Lost Lands.
And like with another Batman promotion, that was the one with the Riddler in it, and I can't remember which one that is. Was that Batman and Robin?
Yes.
Anyway, yeah. You would be able to buy for you come in and get a Big Mac, and for an extra $2 or whatever it is, you get a glass mug and it was sculpted of characters from the movie.
Oh, like not just a picture,
Yeah,
but it was.
it was shaped and sculpted, and so that wasn't a Happy Meal toy, but you could get them.
I mean, you can buy these for $3 alone if you don't want to buy
If you
a
don't
meal.
want a meal,
Did you get the meal though?
Oh, yeah, it's $6 at Arctic Circle.
It's
totally
the
worth it.
spirit of how you earn it. That's important.
Those are cute.
Here's a
Right.
texter. We collected about 60 gigantic beer cups from Chicago White Sox games with Frank Hertz's picture on them. They were very helpful to me when I was a poor single mom raising 4 kids. Yeah.
Promotional cups are the backbone of this country.
They always have been.
We need to bring them back.
Should we have some radio from hell?
That's a
glassware.
awesome idea.
Well, I mean, we have an X96 beer stein.
We can't give away anything until we get rid of all of the 2016 Big Ass Show double shot glasses.
How many more do we have of those?
So many.
Really?
Are still in the back
I
corner.
didn't have any at my remote on Tuesday. Send them out.
I think
'Cause
people
when
don't take them.
When I get them on the table, people love them.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
People love them.
Just start putting them in every single remote
Yeah.
box,
Okay.
and someday they'll go away.
All right. I was wrong about the want for the
hand wash equals display in my house. I ain't got time for that. There's another texter. I have all the McDonald's Camp Snoopy glasses.
Oh, cute.
Wow.
My wife and I went all the way to Vegas to a 7-Eleven to get a Thor cup.
That is
because
dedication.
There weren't any 7-Elevens in Mesquite. I love the Arctic Circle chompers. I have all 8.
Yes, I've been trying to collect all 8, but I keep getting all the Spinosauruses.
Oh.
Granted, they're great, love them, but it took me forever to find the Dilophosaurus. My husband finally got it for me. and I was ecstatic.
The only problem with that is you have to eat food at Arctic Circle.
You don't have to. Actually, I love Arctic Circle. Don't diss on that. The ranch burger's amazing, but
And they got the good
you don't
fry
have to
sauce.
buy
They
it.
do have the
You don't
good
have to
fry
buy the
sauce.
meal. $3
Well,
if you
and
really want it.
the Arctic Circle Lime Ricky is the only flavored soda that I will condone.
Yes.
That's different.
Their
It's not
lime
food.
Rickies are so good. Worth it. And their shakes are pretty good too. So
That's
look, I
why
live
would
around
go.
the corner from an Arctic Circle. I have pretty much all of my life.
All right.
So thanks, guys.
Thank you.
All right. So let's bring this stuff back, is what I'm saying. All right. Anyway, here's Wonderwall. All right. Let's see. Beat Gina brought to you by.
Win 2 tickets to see Jack White May 10th at the Union by playing Beat Gina right now.
Oh.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for the Beat Gina Game Show here on Radio from Hell on X96. I'm Beat Gina announcer Johnny Ola with a word for you ladies of refinement in our audience.
Oh.
It's Madame Rowley's toilet mask, or face glove if you prefer. It will beautify and preserve the skin and remove complexional imperfections. It's been wonderfully successful for 21 years at home and abroad. Made of pure and approved materials, it is recommended by well-known medical and scientific authorities. The toilet mask is the only time-tested, safe, and natural beautifier. It is soft, pliable, and can be easily, comfortably, and privately worn. Complexion blemishes may be hidden imperfectly by cosmetics and powders, but can only be completely removed by the toilet mask. By its use, every kind of spots, impurities, roughness, wrinkles, etc. will vanish from the skin, leaving it soft, clear, brilliant, and beautiful. It's a toilet treasure. It costs little and saves its user money. Famous society ladies, actresses, belles, etc. use it. A valuable illustrated pamphlet with proofs and full particulars are mailed to you free by the Toilet Mask Company, 1164 Broadway, New York. And now, here's a man whose complexion never needed a toilet mask.
Oh.
Your host, Kerry Jackson.
Getting a look at the toilet mask here. It's frightening.
Is it?
It's quite frightening.
Oh, but it works.
It apparently works.
Okay.
All right. The randomizer has picked a contestant. Gina, you'll be playing against Nate.
Hi, Nate.
Are you there?
I am. Good morning.
Good morning, Nate. So let's get this underway. We're going to toss a coin to see who goes first. It will give you the advantage if you call it correctly. Heads or tails?
Heads.
All right. It is heads. All right.
Well, you go first, and you have a chance, a better chance now, to win these tickets to see Jack White May 10th at the Union.
Okay, so that's what's up for grabs. But if Gina manages to come from behind and beat you, what are you prepared to do in her name?
A donation to the road home.
Thank you.
And you can drop your donations at any Rocky Mountain Chevy dealer along the Wasatch Front. They'll take all your physical donations. And we'll be broadcasting live from Doug Smith Chevrolet in Spanish Fork on Wednesday between 6 and 10 a.m. All right, because Nate is going first, the first question is for him to answer exclusively. It's multiple choice pop culture trivia. If you get it correct, you get the point, Nate. If not, I'll allow Gina to answer the question correctly, stealing your point away. We'll go back and forth till one of you has 3 points. All right, we got some leftover Dexter trivia for the first few questions. Leftover Dexter trivia. All right, so, Nate. Season 1 of Dexter was heavily based off Jeff Lindsay's novel called what? Now keep in mind, all of these books are placed in Miami, for real, all right? Is it 1, Deep, Dark, and Dreamy? Is it 2, Swamplandia? Is it 3, Darkly Dreaming Dexter? Or 4, Because of Winn-Dixie?
Darkly Dreaming Dexter.
Very good.
There's a point for you. Now we go to Gina.
Gina.
Yes.
What is the name of Dexter's boat?
Okay.
What is the name of Dexter's boat? Is it 1, Wet Dreams? Is it 2, The Guppy? Is it 3, seafood, or 4, slice of life?
I don't know. It wouldn't be slice of life, would it? It'd be slice of life.
Slice of life.
Well,
That's a little on the nose,
that's
Dexter.
odd. All right, there you go. There's a point.
All right. Nate, in an effort to uncover Lila's true identity, what item did Detective Bautista submit as a possible source of fingerprints? Was it 1, a microwave oven? Was it 2, a Chrysler 440 cubic inch engine? Was it 3, a shoe? Or 4, this beautiful gold $2 value Trump watch, which I will sell to you for $100,000?
A shoe?
I wish.
Sorry. Gina.
A microwave.
Microwave oven.
2-1. Gina controls the question. This could be the winner.
All right. Switching now
Oh, I like Dexter trivia.
to Sopranos trivia.
I like Sopranos trivia.
Show producer David Chase recalled the original inspiration for the series was what?
Oh, okay.
Happy Days, but with the Fonz as Polly Walnuts. 2, a mix of The Godfather with how difficult his mother was. 3, Mork and Mindy, but with no alien and not in Colorado and not funny. Is it 4, the 1974 Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie, but with New York gangsters?
I'm going with Godfather with a bad mother.
Very good.
And Gina, I'm sorry, Nate. Gina wins the game handily.
I'm not sorry, because Nate's going to give a donation to the road home, and because he's going to do that, I am also going to, even though I beat him, give him tickets to see Jack White May 10th at the Union.
Well, how about that, Nate?
Nice.
Thanks so much.
All right.
I'll see you in Spanish Fork on Wednesday.
Oh, excellent. Hang on the line, and we'll tell you how to get your ticket.
And thanks for being with us for another exciting Beat Gina brought to you by the Toilet Mask Company. I'm your announcer, Johnny Ola, saying so long until next time.
I mean, seriously, that toilet mask, you could wear it for Halloween. It's frightening looking. All right, Big Boy News and Opinioendo now, brought to you by
Clark Planetarium proudly presents Laser Trans-Siberian Orchestra, a holiday music journey going on through December 31st. Don't miss this breathtaking laser light spectacle in the Hanson Dome Theater. Get tickets at clarkplanetarium.org.
Professor James Moriarty finally got the best of the world's greatest detective.
Oh.
And as a result, the upcoming CBS series, Watson, takes place after the death of Sherlock Holmes.
What, he died?
The first trailer, I know, spoiler. The first trailer reveals Holmes' venerable sidekick, Dr. Watson, played by Morris Chestnut, busily recruiting 4 of the world's most brilliant physicians to serve as detectives for their patients. Watson's synopsis reads as follows via a press release from CBS Entertainment. Watson takes place 6 months after the death of the titular character's friend and partner, Sherlock Holmes, at the hands of Moriarty. The show stars Morris Chestnut as Dr. John Watson, who resumes his medical career as the head of a clinic dedicated to treating rare disorders. Watson's old life isn't done with him, though. Moriarty and Watson are set to write their own chapter of a story that has fascinated audiences for more than a century. Watson is a medical show with a strong investigative spine, featuring a modern version of one of history's greatest detectives as he turns his attention from solving crimes to solving medical mysteries.
So it's CSI combined with
kind of
or House.
Yeah. So what if we do a Sherlock Holmes show without Sherlock Holmes?
Why not just
How about
have
we
a
do
different show?
Let's do a Batman show without Batman. That went well.
Be interesting to see what they do.
I mean, I like Morris Chestnut.
There have been so many takeoffs from Holmes. It's astonishing. Well, let's see. Utah women will see a record-breaking level of representation at the Capitol next year.
Good.
Slowly peeling away from its former last-in-the-nation ranking for gender equality. But even after gains in the 2024 election, as 32 women head to the legislature, the proportion of women in the state's lawmaking bodies will remain below one-third. Representation for many of Utah's communities of color similarly lags behind. 91.3% of the 2025 Utah legislature is white. That's 91.3%.
Wow.
White, despite nearly a quarter of the state's population identifying as a race or ethnicity other than non-Hispanic white. Diversity in the legislature is lowest among, I don't know. I wonder if the person who wrote this had to even look these up. Representation for many of Utah's community of, I did that. Diversity in the legislature is lowest among the Republican supermajority.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Reflecting a nationwide pattern for the party. Approximately 83.3% of Republican lawmakers are men, and 98.8% are white. Every member of the party's leadership is white, and 1 of 8 is a woman. Only 1 in 8. Or only 1 of the 8 leadership roles are a woman. 3/4 of Democratic lawmakers, on the other hand, 3/4 are women, 60% are white. Leadership positions for minority caucuses in both chambers are mostly held by women, with one exception, and the Democrats elected Latinas to the top spots. So, take that from that what you will. This is sad. Well, it's a sad story. A family's overnight nanny being accused of shaking their 6-week-old baby when the child appeared to be behaving abnormally after being in the nanny's care. According to an affidavit, Lindsay Johnson is now facing 1 charge of aggravated child abuse after doctors determined the baby had brain injuries following overnight care. On Wednesday, the 6-week-old baby was admitted to the pediatric intensive care unit for brain injuries that physicians said were caused by non-accidental trauma, and found brain injuries that were consistent with shaking baby syndrome, charging documents say. In the days leading up to the baby's hospital visit, only their mother, father, and the nanny reportedly had any custody of the baby. Charging documents state both parents reported their baby was healthy and normal when the parents relinquished custody of the child to the night nanny. So I guess a night nanny is there so the parents can get some sleep.
Yep.
And is supposed to take care of the baby when it wakes up and so forth. Baby taken to the hospital, and doctors determined it had shaken baby syndrome. A move by lawmakers in Belgium has been hailed as a huge step forward, ending legal discrimination against sex workers. Belgian sex workers have gained the right to have sick days, maternity pay, pension rights. Under the law, this is the first of its kind in the world.
Pension? What's that?
Lawmakers.
Exactly.
Lawmakers.
We should have been sex workers.
I'm going to go be a sex worker in Belgium. Lawmakers voted in May to give sex workers the same employment protections as any other employee in an attempt to clamp down on abuse and exploitation. The law, which went into force on Sunday, ensures that sex workers have employment contracts and legal protection. It is intended to end a gray zone created in 2022 when sex work was decriminalized in Belgium, but without conferring any protections on the workers or labor rights such as unemployment benefits and health insurance. Oh, they get health insurance, too.
How about that?
Under the law, sex workers have the right to refuse sexual partners or to perform certain acts and can stop an act at any time, nor can they be fired for those refusals. Employers must be of good character, with a business residence in Belgium. They must also ensure their premises are equipped with panic buttons, clean linen, showers, and condoms. The protections do not cover home working or activities such as striptease and pornography. Fascinating. Police in Moscow, on the other hand, have raided multiple bars and arrested the director of a gay travel agency under laws criminalizing LGBTQ propaganda, state media reported. The raids came on the 1-year anniversary of Russia's Supreme Court outlawing the international LGBT movement in Russia, paving the way for arrests and prosecutions of the country's already repressed LGBTQ community.
Yep.
Russian security forces raided at least 3 bars and nightclubs overnight as part of measures to combat LGBTQ propaganda, they said. Britain has given initial approval to allow terminally ill patients to end their lives.
Oh, really?
They gave their approval on Friday to a bill to help terminally ill adults end their lives in England and Wales following an impassioned Parliament debate that saw people sharing personal stories of loss and suffering. Lawmakers approved the assisted dying bill by a 330 to 275 vote. The vote signals their approval in principle for the bill, which is now sent to further scrutiny or for further scrutiny in Parliament before it goes to a final vote. Neighbors in Cache Valley are rallying together to save trees, century-old London plane trees that line 100 East in Providence. With green ribbons placed there by the neighbors who are campaigning to save the trees from a proposed sidewalk redevelopment project.
Oh, yeah, we talked about this.
Yeah. So this is it's not right in Logan. It's a little outside of Logan, Providence. Save the trees and keep kids safe. They have proposed. The city has proposed cutting down the trees so they can improve the sidewalk. Seems like a pretty crappy reason to cut them down, doesn't it? I didn't realize I could feel this way about trees, said Tasha Seeholzer, a Providence neighbor, but it's true. You know, they add so much value to the area. The dispute between the landowners and the city leaders mirrors an ongoing conflict in Logan. Oh, so the same thing is happening there. The city has proposed a water line project that would uproot nearly 20.
Oh, yeah, that's the one.
That's the one we talked about last time.
Oh, okay.
That would uproot 20 century-old ash trees on Canyon Road. Providence residents said they were inspired by the Logan petition, which has garnered more than 3,000 signatures, and decided to take their own efforts to change.org. They've got 1,000 signatures from Providence. And finally this.
Yes.
People apparently these days are lonely. They don't have friendships as much as they used to. And so there's a new service, Friendship Matchmakers.
So not dating.
Not dating. But I need a friend.
I have this hobby I like to do, and maybe I can find someone that else. Actually, that's kind of surprising. They haven't done this before.
They do friendship blind dates. As dinner with a stranger.
Yeah.
This is Carrie's not going to do that.
What?
I don't like going to dinner with people I know. I don't want to go to dinner with a stranger.
Yeah, this is happening in Scotland, is where the story is from.
Okay.
Yeah. So there are these people who arrange. Let's see, you have common interests. Maybe you could be friends, rather than having to find out all that yourself. And I don't know how much it costs, but there you go.
There you go.
Maybe we should do that. Maybe we should offer as a Radio from Hell service. We'll find you a friend.
We'll find you a friend? I don't want to be responsible for finding people friends. Then when it goes bad, it's our fault.
Well,
no, we can blame them. You didn't try hard enough. We'll blame them.
But, Gina, when anything goes bad, it's always our fault.
That's
Yeah,
true.
just ask anyone in this building.
Yeah.
Sports weather traffic.
Well, that cute little Haley Steinfeld, she's off the market.
She's my Hawkeye.
She and Josh Allen from the Buffalo Bills got engaged.
She could do better.
You think?
Yeah.
No.
It's not going to last long, you know.
No, why, Carrie?
Carrie will see to it.
I'm just telling you. I'm just telling you.
See, we ruin everything.
Yeah.
Oh, let's see. The Utah Jazz. They are still 4-16. They've played more games. It's not that they haven't played games. They just haven't won any of them.
They could do better than that.
They can.
Next chance for changing that statistic will be tomorrow. They play Oklahoma City.
Tell it to the Utah Jazz, Snowflake.
Tonight, Utah Hockey Club is home to the Dallas Stars. Puck drops at 7 on that, Bill.
Okay.
And in the NFL, it's the Cleveland Browns and the Denver Broncos today at 6:15. That's your sports. Weather. It's gunky for days. See, that's why Bill's coughing right now. It's haze is building and no chance of really getting rid of it. Maybe this weekend. Daytime highs in the mid-40s, overnight lows in the mid-20s.
All right.
Traffic, things are moving well. No current accidents to tell you about, and I don't think you've sent anything in via text. Nope, but if you see something, please let us know. 33986 is where you do that. Haster Games for board games, Magic the Gathering, Pokemon, miniatures, dice paints, and more. Haster Games, 6831 South State, or hastergames.com.
All right, we will take a break. We'll be back after these with some geek news, and then the Boner recap game coming up at 9 o'clock as well. Stand by for all of that.
There was a boy, a very strange enchanted boy.
That's Kyle Brown, longtime participant on the Radio from Hell show, longtime friend of the program. Knew him from the time he was a skater kid in high school.
Yep.
He was on our show for many years. We had kind of a falling out over a couple of things, but we heard that Kyle had taken ill and had taken very seriously ill with ALS, which is a fatal condition. And we got back in touch with Kyle and wanted to have him on. And he can't talk very well anymore, so he's been writing us letters. And here's the latest installment of a letter from Kyle Brown. I used to paraglide. That is the thing similar to hang gliding, but with a system similar to a parachute.
Mm-hmm.
Basically,
I remember when he used to do this.
Yeah, he, as a matter of fact, he would go from Farmington Peak. He would go off the top of Farmington Peak and paraglide and just float around and eventually land in his own backyard, which I thought was... Anyway, the thing is similar to hang gliding, but with a system similar to parachute. Basically, you run off of a mountainside as the chute inflates, and eventually your feet leave the ground and you're flying. And who doesn't want to fly? I mean, come on. Okay, I admit it's not for everyone, and ironically, I'm afraid of heights, but I love paragliding. When people found out that I was a paraglider, they would often ask, do you have a death wish? Oh, to the contrary, I do not. I had the opposite. It was scary, but also incredible, partly because it was so scary. It's like a haunted house or a roller coaster. We do it for a rush. But the haunted house and the roller coaster, they're just like a beer. Paragliding's like meth, so it's way better. 4 people die from amusement park rides every year. 3 people die from paragliding, so I was fine. And just so you know, 95,000 Americans die from alcohol-related causes and 15,500 from meth. So I guess I'm saying you should paraglide and do meth? Actually, both are safer than ALS, since almost 25,000 people will die from ALS this year. Well, that went off the rails a bit, didn't it? He writes. In other news, the Iron Man documentary about me was nominated for a Sports Emmy.
That's cool.
Although it's a long shot up against Super Bowl specials and a college basketball show, let's just give it to the dying guy playing the hard sport. We have a saying in triathlon, you know. If football was hard, they'd call it triathlon. Wow. Wouldn't it be funny if I had an Emmy? I have so many talented friends and family in the theater. I was picked on by all the jocks at Viewmont High School, and dumb old me ends up with an Emmy. Yep, the stupid skater boy gets the Sports Emmy. It would be my incredibly funny finale to life. I think it'd be hilarious and fitting. Iron Man wants to fly me to the awards ceremony in New York on May 22nd. I said I'd go, if I'm still alive. My daughter graduates on May 24th. Our cat is having kittens in about 2 weeks. I don't have time for this death crap. Listeners, make good use of your time, because most of you have some. Well, maybe you don't have some. You might get hit by a car later today. So be careful. Love you all. Cheers, Kyle. Look over there.
You have an Emmy, don't you, Bill?
I do.
986.
It's time for holiday shopping. That means stopping by Cabin Fever. Since 1982, it's Cabin Fever, located in the historic heart of Trolley Square. Cabin Fever, so much more than a card store.
Great stuff down there at Cabin Fever.
Yep.
All right. Okay. Now, I don't have anything for you to watch today, but I would like to direct your eyes to x96.com/live, our YouTube channel.
Okay.
Because we have a winner of the popcorn buckets. All right? This is as far as I want to go with this. All right? We've had the Dune one. We had the Wolverine head one.
Okay.
We had the Hammer one that we did.
This is a chest of some sort?
It's a coffin, right?
It's a please. It's a sarcophagus.
I know. It's for
it's Nosferatu,
yeah.
which opens on Christmas Day, by the way, just in time for Christmas. Regal Cinema's latest collectible popcorn bucket is here. The Nosferatu popcorn sarcophagus, because the
Not a
coffin,
bucket.
the coffin goes into the
Oh, that's
sarcophagus.
right,
That's
yes.
how that
Yeah.
works. For the Robert Eggers horror film.
Or in this case, popcorn goes into the sarcophagus.
Yes. And this is priced at $31 with popcorn.
$31.
Or $26 if you just...
How big is that?
Well, there's a hand next to it, kind of for size, so...
That's a good size
Give
bucket.
you an idea, you know.
A lot of popcorn.
It looks like about a medium popcorn.
I mean, it's going to be hard to manage on your lap.
Easier than the others, I think. You know.
I wanted for Gladiator, I wanted like a severed head that was,
The Gladiator one was actually more...
Wasn't it the Coliseum?
It was the Coliseum, and it had the interactive thing on your phone for the Gladiator one. But this will be on sale Wednesday, December 18th, and the movie opens on the 25th. So let's just say that this one won, and we can move on.
Okay.
No more popcorn buckets.
All right.
Because as Katie pointed out, Geek News has become the popcorn bucket news.
There's more to report.
There is.
There's more to movies than just popcorn buckets.
Yes. As Bill Frost pointed out, Skeleton Crew, the Star Wars show, is dropping today instead of tomorrow, which is what it was planned. The first 2 episodes will be dropped today on Disney Plus, and it is being referred to as Goonies in Space, but with the danger.
Okay.
Because when you saw Goonies, you never thought that the Goonies were ever in danger.
Not really.
So that's what they're going to do differently. I will say this, the Blue Elephant Boy, protect him at all costs.
He's adorable?
He's adorable. His name's Neil.
Neil the Blue Elephant?
Neil the little Blue Elephant Boy.
And it's probably spelled Niall.
It's Neel, I think, yeah. But he's got a comb over. I just noticed. I just noticed that he had hair today. Anyway, I guess we've been asking for a live-action Voltron movie.
I have
for a long time, and the casting is continuing, and they're going to start shooting next month. So here you go. You got Sterling K. Brown, Rita Ora, John Kim. They join Henry Cavill. It's starting in Australia. They're shooting this month. Oh, good heavens! Laura Gordon, Tim Griffin. That's filling out your Voltrons right there. You need 5 of them.
Okay.
To all join up into
Ultron.
No, Voltron.
Voltron. What's Ultron?
Ultron is the Marvel killer
okay.
robot.
Sorry,
that's a different thing, and that was James Spader.
Who also has a comb over.
Who also has a comb over, but not a popcorn bucket.
No.
And he's not as cute.
No.
Do we need the Radio from Hell popcorn bucket?
No.
We have a chicken bucket.
We have a chicken bucket.
Should we turn it into a popcorn bucket?
Sure.
Sure. Let's take some with us on Wednesday when we go down. All right.
We should buy some bags of, popcorn.
Popcorn and put them in there. And finally this. I did not realize that Mighty Mouse has been around since 1942.
Here I come to save the day.
Because I was watching that Saturday night movie about the first episode of Saturday Night Live, and the guy playing Andy Kaufman.
I got to remember to watch.
And he does the Mighty Mouse routine. Because I remember seeing that in 74 or whatever it was, and going, "Oh my, Mighty Mouse is old." Yeah, 1942.
No idea, yeah.
I remember watching Mighty Mouse as a kid and not really caring for it that much. It was just kind of.
Well, Paramount Animation has called up Ryan Reynolds, his Maximum Effort production group, to finally bring Mighty Mouse to the big screen. So they're getting together with Ryan Reynolds' production company.
Will it be animated or live action?
It will be animated. 1942, the pint-sized superhero making his debut in a short film entitled The Mouse of Tomorrow. And he'd go on to star in a bunch of them. And then there was a Saturday morning cartoon show that Ralph Bakshi animated that was pulled off the air because for some reason people thought that Mighty Mouse was sniffing cocaine.
Was
Of course not.
I don't recall. But anyway, so you're going to get Mighty Mouse. 1942. I wonder if they're doing this just in time before the rights expire.
You should dig up the theme song and play it. That original.
Let me see if I can find it.
I remember the voice, and I want to say it sounds like Thurl Ravenscroft. I suppose it could.
It's
be.
one of those announcery type
Here
guys.
I come to save the day. That means that Mighty Mouse is on the way.
Let's see.
And then there's a lot of other lyrics to it.
Let's see.
And he had a girlfriend.
Penny, right?
I don't know.
Mr. Trouble never hangs around.
This isn't the original.
No.
Nor is this.
Oh, I like it though. No?
No. I can't find the original anywhere.
That's what I forgot though. There's all of that. Mr. Trouble never hangs around, and then Mighty Mouse chimes in.
This is close.
This might be.
It's close.
When he hears this mighty sound, here I come to save the day. That means that Mighty Mouse.
That's in the movie, Gary?
That's in the movie, yeah. And people still don't believe me that Andy Kaufman did that. I'm like, look, it's on YouTube.
Yes,
Go watch it.
It's very funny.
That was 3 minutes on live television where he.
And what's funny about it is that's all he does.
He only lip synced the Mighty Mouse parts. He stood by and then he stops and takes a drink of water. It's just brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Anyway.
We're not worrying at all.
You're going to get Mighty Mouse. Traffic.
And you're going to get where you need to go this morning. I don't have any accidents to tell you about. I just refreshed UDOT and, spoke too soon. This just came in 1 minute ago. Southbound I-15, there's a crash at the off-ramp, Pleasant Grove Boulevard, milepost 275.
All right.
That's it. That's true.
Thank you very much. We've got some messages, a song, and then the Boner Recap Game happens right after that song. It's easy to play, easy to win. All you got to do is tell us who won the Boner this morning. If you were listening, you know. If you weren't listening, you could guess, but why guess when you could cheat? Go to x96.com and click on the box that says Boner Voting December 2, 2024. It'll say winner next to the winner. What is the prize?
The prize is, I guess he's a thing. Sam Fender is coming to the Union. We'll put those in a Radio from Hell coffee mug. Why don't?
Well, how nice of us to do that. 877-602-9696 is the number to call. Line up to play the Boner Recap Game, 877-602-9696. Hoops Vision Correction, HOOPES Vision.com.
Christmas time, let's talk about laser eye surgery.
Yes.
Carrie and I both had this done, and there's nothing to it. And giving the gift of sight would be really nice for somebody.
I give you the gift of sight.
Pick a family member who wears glasses or contact lenses. Put a certificate in their stocking.
Yeah, but we all have a family member that's like that, right? I mean, this would be an easy.
Now through December 31st, Hoops is offering $1,200 off the laser procedure.
Wow.
Off the LASIK procedure. That's $600 an eye. Whether you're nearsighted, farsighted, or have astigmatism, Hoops Advanced Laser Procedure can help you achieve better vision for sure. Now, if you have any remaining flex spend money, you want to use it up before the end of the year, you can use it there as well. And then go see all the beautiful Christmas lights with your new improved vision from Hoops Vision. Make your appointment now. You can call 877-30-LASIK, or you can make the appointment online, hoopsvision.com. The
from 8:48.
Nick's your buddy, Nick's your pal, is here in the studio. Why are you here?
Well, I've been filling in this last week, helping
Thank you.
out,
yes,
doing everything that I possibly can.
You
and
have?
I know it's
Okay, go.
it's dismal the amount of work that I bring when
I know.
put in my all.
Yeah.
So, I realized recently everything in the entertainment industry is swapping over to AI, right? And I support the writers in Hollywood who are fighting back against this, but frankly, for my own personal sake, I had to get an ace up my sleeve, so to say, right?
What do you mean?
You're looking at the future of your career.
You guys are fine, but in my lifetime, if this is something I want to do, I will clearly be overridden by an AI because no amount of charm or personality that I bring.
You should say not clearly. You will easily be overridden.
Easily.
Well, and it's happening. I mean, there are entire stations now that are manned.
I haven't
this
heard it.
There's this AI program that apparently could reproduce a person's speech and patterns, and they sound like a person.
And if you can't beat them, join them.
What?
On top of that, become them.
Okay.
What?
Make your voice.
All right, what have you done?
The AI.
What
okay?
have you done?
I worked with a team of scientists.
Really?
To feed
Radio
thousands of hours of my very voice into an artificial intelligence that you guys didn't know has been listening to you all morning long.
Okay.
And is ready to participate in the conversation.
All right. Terrible idea.
All right, what do we do?
So without further ado.
So all I have to do is just have that right there?
Right there.
Okay.
AI Nick Davis, are you there?
Hello, hello, hello. I am Nick Davis.
Wow. Absolutely ingenious.
So realistic.
Yeah.
Would you guys
I would.
care
I
to...
thought you were saying those were coming out of your mouth.
I wouldn't know which one was which.
What else can it do?
Well, Bill, you're a great interviewer. What would you like to talk to AI Nick?
Sure. Should I ask it ask AI Nick anything in particular?
Yes.
So I can ask you anything, is that correct?
Yes.
How long have you been in radio, AI Nick? Yeah.
Maybe let's bring it down a little.
Yeah. Okay.
You want to repeat that?
Yeah. How long have you been in radio, AI Nick?
Bill, please do. Go on.
How long have you been in radio, AI Nick?
Yes.
Okay. I'm not
I think
gonna...
it takes a lot of processing power. I think it's thinking
Maybe,
about it.
yeah, you don't have...
Shall I give it one more try?
Sure.
AI Nick, how long have you been in radio so far?
Oh, boy. Don't get me started.
It's pretty brilliant. It's pretty ingenious.
It's like you're not here, but you're here.
You could carry... this is actually pretty much the way you carry on a conversation anyway, so...
Gina, would you like to maybe ask it what the weather is like today?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. AI Nick, what is the weather like today?
Sounds like perfect weather for golfing.
Okay.
Golfing.
For golfing
For
weather.
golfing,
I don't know. It's awfully hot.
It also offers political commentary.
But what do you think AI... let Carrie ask a political question.
Well, let's see. Will Trump be in jail before the election?
These politicians, more like bastards.
All right.
Wow.
Yeah, but it doesn't...
That's a
that
little
was not
harsh.
a direct answer to the question.
Not really. but-
Yes.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Well, this is quite fascinating, Nick. I think...
What about radio?
You'll have to take radio the way it is.
Thank you, listener.
Oh, you take phone calls, too.
I think so.
Okay. Like song requests? And
Yes.
okay. Can you play that new Fallout Boy song?
No.
No.
AI Nick doesn't like Fallout Boy, apparently.
No.
What does AI Nick like?
Oh, boy.
That's a deep question, yeah.
Yeah, he's really thinking about that one.
Yeah.
I mean, this makes me nervous.
Yeah.
This seamless.
This is here to
People
threaten
will
your
not
job.
know.
Yeah.
This doesn't. I think this is great because for what little we pay you, we can stop paying you
Yeah.
and just use AI Nick.
AI Nick, what's been going on in the celebrity news lately, huh?
Oh, what did Pete Davidson do this time?
What did he do?
Yeah, what did
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Can do anything.
Would you be likely to recognize this person's voice if it was heard on the radio? I would think you might, yes.
I am Nick Davis.
What about traffic? Can he do
Oh,
traffic?
that's a good question.
Yes.
Okay.
Maybe let's bring it down a little.
Okay.
All right.
Well, AI Nick, can you please do traffic for us?
Let's throw that one over to Gina.
Oh.
Wait a minute.
Oh, it's the
Pass.
teamwork.
But he's passing the buck. If AI Nick is going to take the job, he needs
No.
to.
But what if there's an AI Gina then?
Do you want an AI Gina?
That'll be something that everybody would
You'll
listen
have to get a hold of those radio scientists
Yes.
again.
Yeah.
Very insightful. Carrie, thanks for sharing that.
Oh.
It's the show that changes lives.
Yeah.
Yeah. It sounds quite not quite realistic yet.
Yes.
Yeah,
I mean,
It's working on a few kinks, but
yeah.
I think it's nearly there.
Why don't you and the scientists do some more work on it and get back to us?
Yeah? Okay.
All right.
All right.
Nice to talk to you, AI Nick.
I am Nick Davis. Let me get back to you on that.
Okay.
Wow.
All right. Thanks, Dave.
This is the future of radio, guys.
I'm amazed.
I am now going upstairs to smash our radio so that not even accidentally will I ever hear your voice again.
Oh, boy.
Nick, I hate to break it to you, but this is the future of radio.
The voice of the world, the sound with the beat, the sound that sets you tapping your feet. Radio, the sound of year-round pleasure. The sound of the news, rhythm and blues. Tchaikovsky swing, whatever you choose. Radio, the sound of year-round pleasure.
I love it.
All right.
I am Nick Davis.
Thank you. AI Nick.
Oh, let's see. AI traffic is looking great. There are no accidents or slowdowns even to tell you about. I fear later that'll be different with folks trying to get out of town for the holiday. But as of right now, things are looking really good. If you see something not looking good, you can text us 33986.
Thank you.
A simple binary code transmitted by carrier wave signal. Radio. Radio.
And DNA.
And
Yes.
oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
Travis in Salem. Do you have it now, Bill?
In Salem?
Travis in Salem.
Salem. Yeah, here's the thing, is that if you go looking for Suzanne Vega, Tom's Diner is the name of the song, you're going to get a different thing.
That's a mix.
This is a remix that the DJ DNA did with that song. So, just so you know. I don't know if you cared.
Somebody cares.
Yeah.
Maybe Travis in Salem. Salem?
Yeah.
Yeah, I still don't. I have no idea.
Patrick.
If you say them louder, I'll probably figure it out.
I can't say Patrick and Travis together, and you don't get that?
Is it a sports thing?
Yes.
Oh, okay. That's why I'm excused. I'm excused.
Patrick and Travis. Oh, Travis, Kelsey. and
Yeah, they're all
They're all Chiefs?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Chris.
Chris Jones is one of the most famous.
Chris Jones is a local reporter.
Was.
Chris Jones, one of the most famous. Anyway.
All right. Time for the Boner recap game.
Okay.
Sean is on the
phone. Sean?
Yep.
Hi, Sean.
How you doing?
Is it SEAN?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Sean, I'm doing okay. How about you?
Yeah, not too bad.
Yeah. Are you at work right now?
I'm actually just waiting for a job to come up, but kind of, sort of, in between.
Okay. All right. Well, good luck with that. Sean.
Well, I appreciate it.
If you answer this question correctly, or if you tell me who the Boner winner was correctly, you will win the prize, which is what, Gina?
Tickets to see Sam Fender at the Union on April 23rd, and we're going to throw in a Radio from Hell diner-style mug with that.
How about that?
Awesome.
All right. Did you hear the Boner candidates earlier?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, you got it then. Let me just run through them real quickly. You tell me the winner, and you're going to go home with the loot. Boner.
All right, let's see if we can do it.
All right, I bet you can. Boner candidate number one. You know, a good legislator is always looking for ways to tax us more. This is Utah State Senator Lincoln Fillmore. He was having a quick bite to eat over at the Harmon's grocery store here in downtown Salt Lake, and there's a little hamburger spot there at that Harmon's with really good hamburgers and fries. And he was eating his fries and his hamburger, and he realized, hey, I wasn't charged an additional restaurant tax for my burger and fries. And then the same thing happened with a sandwich served at Great Harvest Bread Company. No restaurant tax served. And then he got a soft serve ice cream at Macy's, Sack and Save. No restaurant tax. So he thinks that all of that stuff should have an additional tax imposed on it to make it fair.
Lincoln then reminded the teacher that she was supposed to assign homework over the holidays.
So that was Boner candidate number one. Boner candidate number two, sports, continuing to build character. That's the Ohio State-Michigan game and the brawl that broke out at the end of the game after Michigan beat Ohio State. It was bloody. It was messy. Pepper spray was involved, and cops were hurt and fans were hurt. Really bad. And Boner candidate number three, oh, Bobby, Cheryl Hines, the wife of Senator, what is he called, a presidential nominee?
Nut.
A nut. Yeah. Robert F. Kennedy Jr., the anti-vaxxer. She's doing a little video to promote these beauty products that she has, and she's in the bathroom, and Bobby's taking a shower behind her, and he's naked, but you can't really tell that because, you know, her body is blocking the view.
Yeah.
She said, Bobby, just give me a second here. No, don't get out. I'd better get out of here before he turns and has to get out of the shower.
I thought she was better than this, but apparently she's
Nope,
not.
she's not.
So there you go.
Stop wondering why she's still married to him. There's
Exactly.
a reason why she's still married to him.
There were the rumors that that she was gonna leave him, and I was so.
Would you guys just let Sean win the
Oh,
prize
sorry,
here?
Sean,
Sean, who was the winner?
I'm gonna have to go with number one.
Yeah.
I mean, with voting and everything, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah, yeah. That's it. You got it. We're gonna give you that
Oh,
prize.
beautiful.
That's good. Now, just Katie will have to tell you what you need to do to get your prize. But congratulations and thanks for listening.
Fantastic. Well,
Yeah.
I love you guys, longtime listeners.
Well, thank you.
Appreciate you guys, everything you do.
Thanks.
Happy holidays.
Thanks for
Appreciate
listening.
you
You
guys.
too. Thanks for
Hang
listening.
on the line.
See ya.
All right. Well, now again, just a reminder about the road home, the road to the road home.
Yeah, Wednesday.
Wednesday, 3 in a row. We're going to be at a different Rocky Mountain Chevy dealer, taking your donations and doing the radio show. So this Wednesday we'll be in Spanish Fork at Doug Smith Chevrolet, and then next Wednesday we're in Murray.
at I don't know which one.
I can't remember the name. Anyway, well, let's not worry about that one.
It's
right
the
now.
Rocky Mountain Chevy dealer.
One
in
at a
Murray.
time.
And then we're going to be up north the Wednesday after that.
In Weber County.
But this Wednesday is in Spanish Fork, so it's time for Utah County to step up and bring all your stuff. Now, if you can't come and see us on Wednesday between 6 and 10 in Spanish Fork, You can make your physical donations to any Rocky Mountain Chevy dealer when they're open. You just drop the stuff off in their showroom there. They usually have a big pickup truck that you can throw the stuff in the back of.
And there's something like 18 of them.
Yeah, there's a bunch. You can go to x96.com and click on the link there, and it'll show you where
It
they
says
are.
Road to the Road Home Mediathon, and there's a list of all of the Rocky Mountain Chevy dealers there. Let's see. Oh, well, so yeah, if we're in Murray next week, that's Larry H. Miller Chevrolet in Murray. That's the one there. So,
All right. So we got all that on the way. Stand by for all of that. Coming up after these messages, big boy news. Larson HVAC and Plumbing. I've got them coming next week to take care of a few just little jobs in my house. So there's a janky toilet handle.
Here's the nice thing, Carrie, and I know you know this.
That janky brand toilet handle is terrible.
But when Sean Larson and his family, it's family-owned business, when they come to your house, they're not ever going to try to upsell you on something you don't need.
Mm-mm.
We are here to fix what needs fixing, or we're here to service your furnace. That's all they're going to do. You're not going to feel like, hey, wait a minute, I don't think I really needed that. They have their VIP plans right now for X96 listeners. You can get both of your annual tune-ups, priority scheduling, 10% off all repairs, services, or replacements, and a whole bunch of other benefits for just $196 a year. It's great. They let you know when it's time to service things. You don't have to worry about it. They'll call you or text you and say, hey, it's time for us to come service your furnace, and they'll take care of it. They've got all kinds of specials, too, with zero res as well. Go to larsonhvac.com/X96 for details, or just mention X96 when you call 801-930-5450.
It's often said that the people of Utah speak a language all their own. It's a language that's often confusing and even incomprehensible to newcomers here in the Beehive State. So, Radio from Hell presents a handy guide to help everyone understand how the natives speak. It's the Utah word of the day. And today's word is...
Ta. Ta. Listen carefully. You'll hear the mayor of Mona, Utah, and his son Denver have a conversation with ta words sprinkled liberally throughout. Now the mayor of Mona, Don Criddle.
I'm the mayor of Mona, Utah, Don Criddle, and I've got a message for the town councils of some of Mona's neighboring communities. We here in Mona are tired of taking in your people. There's folks from down to Nephi and folks from up to Santaquin and some from the surrounding areas, like over to Goshen, who've been flooding across our town borders. They're coming to the Young Living Lavender Farm. They're coming to use our rope swing out to the pond. And these border crossers aren't the best people. A lot of them are drinkers and smokers and such. Now, I'm sure some of them are very fine people, but it's just too much. So today, I'm going to authorize our town council to take action.
What kind of action do you think the council will take, Daddy? Because if it was up to me, I know what I'd do about this immigration problem. I know what to do to stop it, Daddy.
I'm probably going to be sorry I asked this, but what you would the future mayor of Mona, Denver Criddle, what would you do to stop the flow of them people coming to our town?
It's simple, Daddy. We got to build a wall. We got to build a big wall, a beautiful wall, the biggest, the best wall all around Mona City. That would stop it.
All right, Denver, a wall. You're right. That would control them immigrants from Santaquin and the like from coming here. But hell, son, that's a lot of work to build a wall around the whole city. You need materials and manpower for a project such as that, don't you know?
I know, Daddy. I got an idea about that, too. We get a bunch of junked cars from the auto salvage place, and then we pile them junkers all around the town border. And then, you know what we also have an embarrassing abundance of here in Mona, don't you?
Yep, that would be tumbleweeds. We do have an embarrassment of tumbleweeds in this town.
That's right, Daddy. We got more tumbleweeds than we have residents of Mona. So we take as many tumbleweeds as we need, and we put them all around the border, kind of fill in any gaps that there might be. Because I'm telling you, Daddy, folks trying to sneak into Mona from up to Santaquin or down to Nephi will get one look at that junk car and tumbleweed barricade. They'll hightail it right back to wherever they came from.
Son, I think you may have something. I'm going to head over to the council meeting right now and pitch it to them.
Will you tell him it was my idea, Daddy? It was my idea.
No, I won't. I'll tell him that this idea came from the future mayor of Mona, Utah, whose last name just happens to be Criddle.
But it was my idea, Daddy, not the future. Oh, wait. That is me, isn't it, Daddy? Tell them that I am their retribution.
Denver, you don't catch on quick, but you do eventually catch on.
Join us again some other time as we examine how the Utah natives speak with the Utah word of the day.
Well, that's over.
'96.
All right, 9:20. Time for some big boy news and opinioendo brought to you by
Poplar Street Pub is the place for hockey. Every NHL game will be televised, featuring daily drink and food specials like their animal-style sliders. Poplar Street Pub within close proximity to the Delta Center. Information at poplarstreetpub.com.
Well, Donald Trump has selected billionaire Mossad Boulos to serve as his senior advisor on Arab and Middle Eastern affairs. The second time in as many days that Trump has chosen a family member for a key post. Though Trump did not mention it in his announcement, Boulos is the father-in-law of the president's daughter, the president-elect's
I'm sure
daughter,
he's the
Tiffany.
most qualified for the position. It just is a coincidence.
He was heavily involved in campaigning for Trump in Muslim American communities in battleground states. Trump named real estate developer Charles Kushner on Saturday to serve as the next U.S. ambassador to France. Kushner is the father-in-law of Jared Kushner, who's married to Trump's other daughter, Ilanka, whatever her name is.
Ivanka?
Yeah, that's it. And was pardoned by Trump in 2020 following a 2005 conviction on federal charges.
Pardoned, huh?
It's hard to keep track of all of
The
it.
extraordinary selection of his daughter's fathers-in-law for two critical posts underscores how Trump will continue his precedent of leaning on trusted family members in his second term. Trump on Sunday described Boulos as he's a highly respected leader in the business world. His extensive experience on the international scene. Mossad is a deal maker and an unwavering supporter of peace in the Middle East. Would be a strong advocate for the United States.
I can't figure out if it's that he just doesn't know anybody else. Like he's doing the same thing with the Department of Urban Housing and Development.
But first term, he made in his mind a big mistake. He hired a bunch of people he didn't really know that were recommended to him by supposedly good source, and he hated almost all of them.
No,
hated them.
But so to go over Medicare and Medicaid, who's a doctor I know? Dr. Oz. Who's
yeah.
Like, I mean, I feel like that's as much thought
it's
as
his
goes
bubble.
into it.
It's his fan club. It's his bubble. You know.
He said he's choosing now that the thought that goes into it is not who's a doctor that I know. What doctor do I know that is intensely loyal to me?
Mm-hmm. His fan club.
That's got to be the loyal. Yeah, it's got to be the loyalty factor.
A TV show,
but it's got to be with people who are loyal to him. Because remember how many people he went through?
Yeah,
the first time. You know, there were how many chiefs of staff were there? There were a dozen.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, that's that. A scary situation unfolded at a senior living facility in St. Charles, Illinois. A man wielding a chainsaw attempted to attack residents and responding police over the weekend. The deadly confrontation happened at the River Glen of St. Charles early Sunday after police responded to a welfare call. According to witnesses, a shirtless man holding a chainsaw was trying to cut down a tree on the property. He then entered the assisted living center and confronted residents with the chainsaw. According to police officers, he tried to de-escalate the situation, but the unnamed man continued to use the chainsaw against residents, police officers, and the building.
This is not Chainsaw Guy. He would
No.
never do such a thing.
No. Police finally used a stun gun on the guy, but he continued his attack. Police said an officer was forced to fire his service weapon, and the man was shot dead. Poor James Van Der Beek, the actor known for, best known, I guess, for starring roles in Dawson's Creek and Varsity Blues, recently announced that he's been diagnosed with colorectal cancer, and now he's selling memorabilia from Varsity Blues in order to cover the financial burden of cancer for families, including my own. Even he can't afford to be sick in this country.
Yep.
A limited edition capsule of jerseys featuring Van Der Beek's Varsity Blues character, Jonathan Moxon, is available for purchase at the actor's website. In an Instagram post promoting the jerseys, Van Der Beek stated that 100% of my net proceeds will go toward covering the cost of cancer treatments. He also included the hashtag, cancer is expensive. I've been privately dealing with this diagnosis and have been taking steps to resolve it, but with the support of my family. He's 47 years old now. He said, "There's reason for optimism. I am feeling good." So, a former My Chemical Romance drummer, Bob Breyer, was found dead at his home at the age of 44, just 2 days before Thanksgiving. At this time, the cause of his death had not been made public, and it's unknown who found him. The body was badly decomposed, though, when they discovered him.
He'd been there a while.
Animal control came to the house to take away his 2 dogs. Authorities don't suspect foul play. All of his weapons and music equipment in the home were left untouched. He was last seen alive November 4, the same day he posted his final tweets, one of which simply read, "Tulsi."
Tulsi Gabbard?
Apparently referencing Tulsi Gabbard. As the longest-serving and final official drummer for My Chemical Romance from 2004 to 2010, Breyer's departure was shrouded in rumors of tension with his bandmates Frank Iero, Mikey Way, Gerard Way, and Ray Toro. The band members did not discuss specifics. Breyer replaced former drummer Matt Pelletier following the release of the band's second album. It says here, Jacob Elordi looks unrecognizable with major facial hair. I would not recognize Jacob Elordi with or without facial hair.
Bill, you're not a woman or a gay
Very good.
man.
Very good.
Because they all love him.
Yeah, no, I have no idea.
He's beautiful.
I'd kind of like to hear this. Snoop Dogg and Sting singing a duet. A new single, Another Part of Me. A week after releasing Out of the Blue, Snoop releasing Out of the Blue, and a month after dropping Gorgeous, The Dogfather is back again with Another Part of Me, a Sting featuring duet that arrives as the latest single from his upcoming album called Missionary. Is this it?
It's a mashup.
Now tell me, what do you want from me? Here in the land of the lost and the scandalous, bright lights, sunny days, cold nights, ride the wave, hold tight, just a day in Los Angeles. Encore, I'm not done. Here's
It was produced by Dr. Dre in the ICU. Another Part of Me kicks off with that mock live feel with the crowd cheering. And Sting gets his turn. He actually does rap. Sting raps in the song.
I'd play more of it, but we're probably already getting kicked off of YouTube for it.
Yeah. The Grateful Dead apparently discussed a Phil Lesh reunion before he died And then they continued those discussions after he died.
I can wheel him out here.
You know, that it's not going to make that much difference. The Grateful Dead's Bob Weir, Bill Kreutzmann, and Mickey Hart had plans to play together with Lesh, and we're discussing the possibility of a 60th anniversary reunion before the bass player's death, according to CBS Morning Interview. And don't do this. I watched it without sound. David Lee Roth dancing and singing along to
sad.
his solo band's version of Van Halen's Panama.
Sad.
Was it awful?
That bad, huh?
I didn't have to hear it. It was just awful to look at. Moana 2 brought in a tidal wave of moviegoers over the Thanksgiving weekend, setting records with $221 million in ticket sales, according to studio estimates on Sunday. That combined with Wicked and Gladiator 2 made for an unprecedented weekend in cinema and a confluence of blockbusters before, more like what's often found in late December. Expectations were high for the Walt Disney's Moana 2, and they met those expectations. And I think there's going to be there's probably going to be a Moana 3.
Well, there's a live action Moana that they're doing.
He's going to do
with The Rock, actually.
In New York?
Yeah, and he's...
like a movie.
A movie, live action one. And The Rock is going to wear a muscle suit for it. Because if you've seen the cartoon...
It's a round
ridiculous
guy.
Maui, the character,
is like Samoan round guy.
Ridiculous looking.
Yeah.
I've never seen Moana until this weekend. The original.
Oh, really?
I watched the original.
You have nieces?
I know,
they didn't
right?
Make you watch it at some point?
Well, that's what I'm going to say to my nieces, because they were all about Frozen for the longest time, and I'm like, you can have your Frozen. Moana is where it's at.
It's doing better in the box office than even Frozen
2,
yeah. Let's see the top 10: Moana, followed by Wicked, followed by Gladiator 2, then Red One, The Best Christmas Pageant Ever, Bonhoeffer, Pastor, Spy, Assassin. I have no idea what that is.
Yeah, that's the LDS one.
Oh, it is?
Mm-hmm.
Venom still on the list.
Yep.
Heretic, The Wild Robot, and A Real Pain, rounding out the top 10.
Weather?
Oh, yeah. It's starting.
Yep.
The haze is beginning. It's our favorite part of the winter season.
I sure hope the legislature gets more control over air quality.
Yeah, they're going to clean this all up. No chance of this moving out until maybe this weekend. So it's a good week to actually check for your air quality in your area. Purple Air is a good website where you can look at that before you're going to exercise outside. It'll just get progressively worse. Stays pretty much the same in every way. Highs in the mid-40s, overnight lows in the mid-20s. That's your weather.
Thank you very much. right. And this is sponsored by the Stateroom.
TheStateRoomPresents.com, Carrie.
That's right. It's Darren from the
It's
State Room
sponsored by me.
Presents. Yeah, he's here. He's here, and he survived Thanksgiving.
Yes, we all survived Thanksgiving.
Yep.
We're all here.
Yep. We're here. We're ready to go.
And here comes the holiday season.
Oh, okay. So
I'm happy. That was happy.
Oh, okay.
That was happy. I forget to smile when I was on the mic.
Just checking.
There are a lot of holiday shows.
There
that
are a
you
lot
guys
of
have
holiday
going.
shows.
What are some that you would like to highlight?
I'm
sorry I asked you these hard questions.
We have shows kicking off tomorrow. Nope. I'm sorry. Kicking off Thursday.
Yeah.
Sixpence None the Richer. Not
Right.
exactly holiday.
I
but,
have
you know.
Wednesday, Sixpence None the Richer.
That's what I have, too.
I'm at the StateRoomPresents.com.
Wednesday,
That's
December
it's your
4th.
job, Gina. Gina's going to tell you what my schedule is because that's how we do this.
And if you're wondering, that's Sixpence None the Richer. I know who that is, but what song did they
Here
sing?
it is.
It's
Let's go back to the 90s, people.
I remember now.
Remember how nice things were in the 90s?
Yeah. There you go.
This was in every rom-com movie.
Yes, that's right.
Yes, it was.
That's
Yeah.
where they made their money.
Well,
but we
now-
have a Bester Christmas, Bill.
Yeah, the 5th through the 7th at the Eccles Theater.
At the Eccles.
Kurt, he does a really good job at this
Yeah.
stuff, and he changes it every year.
Mhm. It's
He
a great
has-
presentation on
he
the
has
stage.
guest artists
Yep.
and stuff. you
Yeah,
know, so.
it's good.
Yeah.
It tickle your innards.
Yeah.
You know, it's a good one. But we're sucked into the Cyber Monday thing, so we're doing a big old sale on the StateRoomPresents.com.
Okay, so how does it work?
That's a good question.
All right.
So there's a couple discount codes. I'm gonna pray that these work.
Okay.
There's if you go to our website, there's I don't know, like a couple dozen shows that we're offering 25% off if you use the code LIVE25, LIVE25.
Okay.
And you'll just see the show. It'll have a box that says 25 off, and then you'll punch in the code, and that kicks off with actually Sixpence Show. And then merch. We have a bunch of new merchandise.
Oh.
So if you go to the website there and punch in the code at checkout, yep, we have this.
You're wearing it.
Yeah, I always think if you're going to buy, like as a Christmas gift, tickets to something,
Yep.
but the tickets are digital. So,
Well, we do have gift cards now too, so you can.
Oh, you can do
yeah,
that.
I know. And the tickets are difficult because I don't know. You might not be able to go to a Tuesday show in January.
Yeah.
So you can
But
get
you
some
can
gift
get
cards.
merch to be like something you can open. Going, see, I got you tickets to a show,
Exactly.
and here's a T-shirt.
Yep,
you can
we
wear.
got T-shirts, hats, koozies, new koozies, sweatshirts. I don't know, you name it. No keychains, but most everything else. And that code is Stateroom20, Stateroom20, and that'll get you. I'm assuming 20% off.
Oh, I see how this works. So, like I went to Sixpence None the Richer.
Yes.
Clicked on Buy Tickets.
Yes.
And then it goes to a page, and there's a thing that says Cyber Monday Deal.
And then you punch in Live 25, and you should get 25% off.
Yeah, there you go.
So Stateroom 20 for merch, Live 25 for tickets. And I think it's got a bunch of the Christmas shows, too. It's pretty much all Stateroom and Commonwealth
Well, there's that
shows for the discounts.
Yeah, and then there's that Slam Rocks. That's a fundraiser that's on December 7th.
Salt Lake Academy of Music.
Yeah.
That's really fun. It's pretty much like a School of Rock kind of vibe.
Yeah.
So the kids end the year with a ripping performance, and Steve Auerbach, who runs that, usually has them playing some funky tunes.
My guess is they'll be in our studio in a few days
Yeah.
talking about
Steve
it.
usually asks.
They
to
might
come
be,
on.
yeah. So they'll do everything from Floyd to Zappa to Zeppelin.
That's pretty good. At the Eccles, too, December 8th, the Christmas tour, Leslie Odom Jr.
Yeah.
He's quite good. Now, I got to figure out what this is. God is a Scottish Drag Queen, a Christmas special. What is
It is a Christmas
Two shows.
special. Yeah. It's a hell of a drag show, an interpretation of, God being a Scottish drag queen. Obviously.
Okay.
Everybody has looked for that interpretive view of God.
Rose Wagner.
Yeah, which is a great little theater. We've done a couple shows there. It's only 500 capacity, all ages, fully seated.
Mm-hmm.
It's nice.
Yeah.
Yep, there's 2 shows there, 12th and 13th.
I'm going to click on that one, see if it's a...
Portland Cello Project is coming back to the Stateroom, which is a cello ensemble.
Just what it sounds like.
Just what it sounds like. And they do everything from, they're going to do a holiday spectacular, but they do Metallica and they do Pantera.
Oh,
and,
nice.
and they'll do mix-ups and mashups of all your favorite songs, cello style.
I like it.
Still some
but
things like
Mannheim
that.
Steamroller is not. They don't bring steamrollers.
I don't think so.
No, they don't.
I don't
have
think so.
extra steam
I don't. I've never noticed them backstage.
No.
So
I was always. I've never really. I guess if I looked into it, I could find out why they named themselves that. But
don't ask me that, Bill. I'm sorry.
I'm not going to.
I cannot answer all of your life's questions. I'm
so-
sorry.
I don't mean to overwhelm you.
I was not prepared for this.
But what do you want to give away?
Let's see. Let's do a few of the Portland Cello projects since we're in the holiday chit-chatty vibe here.
Okay.
Let's do 2 pair of that.
Okay, you guys getting this? 2 pair of the.
Yep.
Portland Cello.
He's got it.
And I don't know. Shrek? How about Shrek? We didn't even talk about that.
Oh,
Shrek,
yeah.
the musical.
Oh.
That's that
People love that.
Yep.
People do love that.
I know. I've talked to people who've seen it somewhere.
We'll do 2 pair of that one as well. And then don't forget about all the discounts on the site. Live 25, Stateroom 20. Figure out where to use them. You can email us if you have problems.
There you go.
877-602-9696 for those tickets. The Portland, 2 pair of the Portland Cello Project and 2 pair for Shrek. First come, first serve.
There you go.
Mannheim Steamroller comes from the 18th century German musical technique, the Mannheim Roller. They just added the steam.
Thank you, Gina.
You're welcome.
All right.
Thanks,
Thank
guys.
you very much, Darren.
Thank you, Darren.
Okay. We will take a break and crawl towards the exits after these messages and a song. Zero Res.
Yeah, we've got a special X96 offer at ZeroRes.com. 3 rooms of carpet clean for just $119 plus a 4th room free with a food donation. You just give the technician a bag of non-perishable food items for the Utah Food Bank to get that 4th room clean. Get your home ready for the holidays. Nothing makes me happier than having my house clean. And it's probably a mess after Thanksgiving. For sure it is. You've had family over, and they got your carpets and your upholstery dirty. You want to get it cleaned with Zero Res. Don't DIY it. You know Zero Res is safe and effective, and they absolutely stand behind every cleaning. Don't miss the X96 deal. Get 3 rooms Zero Resified starting at just $119 plus that 4th room free with the food donation. How do you get signed up? You call Zero Res right now, 801-288-9376, or go online, ZeroRes.com, and tell them you want the X96 special. Spell it forward, backwards, it's all the same, Zero Res.
I feel bad that I don't have any wonderful stories to tell you about the weekend, the long weekend we
You don't
had.
have any wonderful, do you have any
I don't have any
terrible stories?
No story. I didn't do anything.
You didn't do anything?
No.
I went to dinner.
Where'd you go to dinner?
Table X.
Did they do the thing where they'd tell you a paragraph about everything on the...
Well, I mean, it wasn't a paragraph, but it was
It's a detailed description.
of everything that I had.
I
yeah.
think I would find that annoying.
It was kind of interesting, actually. I mean, they've cut it down from a paragraph, apparently, to just a
Couple of
sentence or
lines,
so.
yeah.
We get this from here. And that was delicious.
Did you do anything?
Well, my husband was fishing.
Oh, that's right.
He went on a fishing trip.
That's what he said.
Sure.
Well,
I'm going fishing,
I'm
honey.
going
Doink,
fishing.
doink.
And I'm like, it's really cold. You're really going fishing?
Yes.
People fish in the cold.
Which means my kids and I ate crappy and watched crappy TV while he was. I watched a Dateline on Friday that made me so mad.
Why?
Because they got it wrong.
They got it wrong? They never get it wrong.
I mean, why did you watch Dateline?
Because my husband was fishing. I already told you. So it was Footprints in the Snow was the title of it. And it was about this girl that was abducted from her house, like back in the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
Did you watch it, Carrie?
No.
Oh.
Sue has them on while I walk through Italy.
Oh.
So I don't pay attention.
And so I'm watching this go, and usually when you're watching it, you figure it out. You're like, oh, okay, this is what happened. And I did that in my mind. I'm like, okay, this guy did it. Of course. That is not the guy they arrested and put in prison. I almost want to go and, be at Amnesty International to get this guy out of... the wrong guy got convicted of this
How do you
murder.
know?
I can just tell.
Oh, God. I can spot a guilty person a mile away.
The guy that they put in is just a crazy guy that was obsessed with this case, but he didn't kill her. He was obsessed with it.
Well, who did?
Well, conveniently, the guy died of a drug overdose many years ago, so they can't get him. So they got to get somebody.
Yeah.
I was so upset. I'm like, they got the wrong guy.
Wouldn't you rather them arrest somebody than never solve it?
I am thinking this
I
is
think
a
that's
case
what you should do.
This guy's a crazy weirdo. We may as well put him in prison instead of nobody in prison.
You want to leave you want the family to be satisfied that you've done something.
Exactly.
So if you don't know who it is, just arrest somebody and put them in jail.
Let's arrest that guy. He's been bugging people.
Exactly.
Yeah, that kind of thing.
Oh, no, wait. Gina.
Uh-oh.
You need to listen.
Is there a podcast about this?
Sue says there's a podcast about it. They did get the right guy.
Are you sure?
That's what the podcast says. So,
because I think it was
because she knows what you're talking about.
I think it was the druggy son that lived across the street.
And I think she felt initially the same way, but then she looked into it.
Well,
so
there you go.
So everything's fine.
I trust your wife. Your wife looks into these things.
Well,
So, I thought you could just tell, Gina.
So I watched that, and then I also watched.
She knows better than the police, you know.
I watched the documentary about the Sarah Lawrence cult.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
This is the kids, the college kids, that one of their dad came and started sleeping on the couch there, and then he started a cult with these kids.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I watched part of a documentary. Jeff Bridges.
Yes.
Narrating. And it was the story of Creedence Clearwater Revival.
Jeff Bridges?
And,
oh, yes, I saw that one.
And it was so boring, I shut it off about halfway. It was just like, okay, this is,
It was more performances than a documentary.
Creedence is fine. I like them a lot. They were very popular. They were very successful. But it was just boring.
That was because that footage was never seen before.
Right.
And that's why it was special.
I didn't even get to the footage at the Royal Albert Hall.
Yeah.
I didn't even get to that.
That was leading up to that, and then it was just pretty much a concert.
Right.
So
and
that's why.
Well, and it was pretty much them singing songs up to that time. I thought, well, why do I want to watch them sing those songs over again at the Royal Albert Hall? I just don't want to watch it, so I shut it off. And I watched Hello Tomorrow with Billy Crudup.
Mm-hmm.
It's on Apple.
That's
and
the one Carrie was excited about.
It's got that. It's like it's in the 50s or 60s, but then there's all this space age stuff too.
Well, it's the future that we were told we were going to have. You know, robots to walk our dogs, and cars float now, and we have jetpacks.
Yeah,
all that stuff.
And it's really cool looking. Unfortunately, the story seems a little thin.
Well, they're stretching it. They're
one.
stretching it out a bit. Is the problem? They need to get to the point.
Yeah,
I mean, I can tell something dark is going on.
I like Billy Crudup in it. He's good. I've forgiven him now for Mary Louise Parker.
There's just this great scene where this automated truck pulls up to a house to drop off a package, and it kills this woman.
The package does.
The truck.
The truck backs up
into the house.
Into the house, backs up over her, drops off the package, and then leaves. And she's there, mangled. But everyone's still, hey, how you doing?
The truck, the automated truck was pretty cool too, because the windshield was a cartoon stork. Driving it, but it was, just like a cartoon saying, "Hey, everybody, have a good day. Hi."
Okay.
But it's selling timeshares on the moon.
Yeah. Hank Azaria.
Or are they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the question.
Okay.
And Billy Crudup has sold this lie so many times that he now kind of believes it.
There were 2 episodes available, I think, right? I just
3.
watched one. Oh, there are 3.
Go through this. Get to the second one. It starts to advance.
Okay,
a little bit
I'll
more.
give it another chance.
The first one, Sue made the same point about the first episode, but they're setting up a lot of chess pieces here. So.
It just looks so damn cool.
Yeah.
It's really great looking.
But
somebody art directed the hell out of it.
But then also at the same time, I felt like they went, "Oh, this is going to be expensive. Let's cut back a little." I kind of got that feeling.
I didn't see that,
but I hope that the characters are a little more. I hope they get more developed.
Yeah.
Like Hank Azaria's character so far. Oh, he's a gambling addict, and that's all.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about him.
Now I got to go listen to this damn podcast.
I'm going to send it to you.
You know, that Cold podcast, too, that Amy that did Talking Cold, that's available now. And it's just weird for me to listen to it because
you know people
I know
involved
I know the killer. Well, he was never prosecuted for it.
You know the suspected.
But, yeah.
You know the suspect.
And he did a lot of time in jail for other things. But and I didn't know the victim, Cherie Warren, but I know lots of other people they mention, and it's all places I know. And they went to Polk Avenue and down Washington Boulevard, and it's
Be careful, Bill. You might be a suspect.
I could have been.
You sound kind of involved.
Well, I was a little bit back in the day. As a matter of fact, the guy who does that podcast, I asked Amy. I said, I had personal contact with with this Kerry Hartman guy who was suspected of. She was his girlfriend, and I said I knew him, and I had a lot of contact with him, and maybe he would want to talk to me about on the podcast. He never got a hold of me.
Well, at least you're not,
So the police come knocking on your door?
On a Dateline.
No, I'm not a suspect.
And then I'll watch it on Dateline, and I'll say you didn't do it, Bill.
Okay, thanks.
Because I can tell.
Thanks.
Still in timeout.
Sorry.
It just worked out the way we had to play.
Mathematically, it worked out. So I'm sorry. All right. Well, let's see. We have just enough time to do the promo and crawl towards the exits. Ready? Tuesday morning, we need your participation.
At about 7:45, we'll begin the X-Poll question.
What's something you wish you could like?
877-602-9696 is the number you'll need to use for tomorrow morning on the X-Poll.
And to vote for your boners, and to check in, and
to call and tell us how much you love Radio from Hell here on X96.
All right. I guess.
Yeah. I'm finished.
All right. I think we can all be finished. All right. Fine job as always, Katie. Live long and prosper, bitches.
Don't you know who I am?
Please don't go in there.